All right, yeah, I'm just trying to wait on this connection to get going. Cause I'm not gonna be on this long. And this was something I was talking about recently, so this isn't something that I'm very surprised by. I actually did a video about this recently. Um, but Teofimo got a lot of stuff that's coming out today, as far as in the news that I'm seeing, and a lot of it is gonna get overlooked. But one thing I have noticed is it's a couple of big things going on. The real news about him turning money down, all the stories about ducking. That's how dudes sell tickets and sell fights. A lot of these guys gotta make up stories like they the boogeyman or something. Like I said, if you done got beat up and you ain't got your get back, you ain't no boogeyman. That ain't gonna never happen. And to make it seem like everybody is just ducking you. That's a new thing now, you know. Everybody gotta feel like they getting ducked in a certain way. But a lot of them know it's not true. A lot of these people know they're not getting ducked. But why is this man coming out and saying that he blames his loss? Well, not literally blame the loss, but he said that when they was asking about Kambosos and Sandor Martin, like on Boxing Voice, about how should we support you? How can we support you after stuff like that? And he just like, he goes on about how PEDs is part of the reason why he lost to Kambosos. You know, using that as an excuse about what Kambosos ain't did. Now, mind you, Kambosos ain't failed no drug test. This man trying to make it seem like Kambosos a PED user. Kambosos ain't fault. He ain't failed no drug test. People say he ain't got no power. For some reason, though, against Teofimo, he just needed to use the PEDs, and for some reason, I ain't heard Teofimo say nothing about this over the years. When Devin Haney had his situation, I ain't hear nothing about that either. This dude literally trying to do the same thing Devin Haney doing. But he has no evidence of somebody cheating. And he's talking about two different people. Well, Sandor Martin and Kambosos, they ain't taking PED tests either. Talking about what they ain't, a VADA test they ain't take. Well, I don't trust VADA, they ain't take VADA. Is it their fault they ain't take VADA? He's trying to make it seem like they tried to avoid the test or whatever. Did they avoid the test or is VADA dirty? Like, these dudes can't even get their lives straight. Then we're hearing about, do y'all know how many people this guy has turned down recently? That's why I was looking at everybody focusing on Haney. Bruh. Y'all okay with Teofimo saying worse things than what Haney said? This man just sat up here and said that Kambosos ain't take a PED test. So what? That man ain't got power like that. You don't care about no PEDs. I ain't see you running around when we was talking about PEDs a few months ago, bringing any of this stuff up about PED tests. Why? Because you lost? You felt like that was a reason? I thought PEDs don't matter. See what I'm saying? Y'all thought it was gonna take long. It ain't gonna take long. These dudes gonna sit up here and say what? I don't know, man. These dudes be high, man. A lot of these dudes be high. They be drunk. They be high a lot, it sound like. Because how you gonna act like PEDs don't matter, then you gonna try to bring up, well, Kambosos ain't take no PED test. The fans that messed up, y'all keep repeating what these dudes be saying. That's where you messed up. You better be a grown up and have your own opinion and your own voice. Quit repeating what these boxers saying. I don't care what these dudes say. I watch boxing too. These dudes don't know what they talking about, man. Y'all gotta quit repeating what these dudes be saying. See, a lot of people looking bad. Let me tell you why this is bad. A lot of people can't even comment on this because they already said PEDs don't matter. So for them to even have a comment on this it would be pretty stupid. And then if you do agree with Teofimo Lopez, what's up, Truth? If you do agree with Teofimo Lopez, then what you doing? You calling the Kambosos and Sandor Martin cheaters? Thought PEDs don't matter. You see what I'm saying? These dudes be talking. It's a conspiracy going on. People want to run around and say the same thing Devin Haney said, but they ain't getting the same backlash though. And they don't have any evidence of these dudes actually failing drug tests. So now you got boxers running around talking about dudes ain't take PED tests and everything else. But for some reason, Haney went and fought that same Kambosos whose PED test Teofimo has been worried about since 2020, 21. Haney went and fought that same Kambosos. And for some reason, he ain't have no trouble. But with you know Kambosos, he just needed the PEDs, I guess. Come on, man. Cut it out. You see what I'm saying? We got fighters out here who don't believe in PEDs, that they matter, saying that they possibly lost because of a PED. These dudes gotta be on that narcotic, man. They on something. I told you what I told y'all. I don't care if these dudes got 1,000 belts. They don't know what they talking about. Teofimo would never be able to train a champion. Ever in his life. I'm talking about train one. These fans is worse though. The fans are worse, true. They been repeating this stuff. Let me tell you, this dude just exposed himself so bad today. He just exposed himself so bad today. So now this dude turned down Sabril Matias. After making the whole world, Bob too. I don't care. Bob as well. After making the whole world seem like, well, yeah, Haney ducking and Jerron Ennis ducking too. This dude done turned down Ryan Garcia. He done turned down Tank. He done turned down Sabril Matias. He done turned down Brian Norman Jr. He's turned down Kambosos rematch twice. So now he's admitting to everybody that he didn't rematch Kambosos because Kambosos ain't take no drug test, according to him. So you ain't rematch him because what? You making it seem like you ain't rematch him because he ain't take no drug test last time. Man, get out of here, man. You got beat up, man. Your skills ain't like that. Everybody knows Sandor Martin and Kambosos ain't got no power like that. You just kept running into your these guys' fists. Look where your hands at. Cause people probably wonder, like, why you put these pictures up here? To show you how bad this defense is. And how everybody is hitting them like this. This ain't even Tate Davis hitting this guy like that. You would think Tate Davis would be hitting somebody like this. So I'm like, what Teofimo fights y'all be watching when this dude be leaned over the ropes? And y'all talking about what he can do with Devin and all that. Why y'all don't believe in no other fighters like that? Why people don't believe in other fighters who got beat up like Teofimo? Why they don't believe those guys can bounce back? But for some reason, they believe in Teofimo Lopez, who ain't had a knockout in about 5 years. Why they believe in him so much? I never understood that. This dude has done everything wrong. He's lost to the weakest champion in boxing, according to everybody else. All of a sudden, as soon as Devin Haney beats Kambosos, now he the weakest champion. As soon as Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis, now he a bum. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm supposed to give Tio credit for Lomachenko. Yeah. After losing to Salido. But he was on pound for pound, man. That's why pound for pound ain't worth nothing no more. You putting dudes who y'all said that's ducking on pound for pound, number one. How you a boxing expert and you had somebody who's a duck, number one pound for pound? Think about that. Why everybody got these high standards for boxers. Oh, you can't say nothing about these boxers, Canelo and all these guys, but I'm gonna stick Lomachenko number one pound for pound over Tank, over Canelo, all these guys. And then 10 years later, well, not even 10 years later, 5 years later, I'm gonna call him a duck. Man, I was calling him a duck 5 years ago. Forget 5 years later. He was a duck then. Your toughest fighter is a guy who's 23. 24. That's a duck. Why you got Tank Davis walking around? Come on. Let's be real. But yeah, we see how the game's going right now. But this is all hilarious to me. This man has turned down Sabril Matias. So y'all gonna sit here and tell me that Sabril Matias, Ryan Garcia tried to fight Teofimo again too, second year in a row. So Ryan Garcia, he might as well fight Ryan Garcia now, because if you turn down Matias, shoot, by the time you come back, Ryan Garcia gonna be fighting. So you might as well try to set that fight up. Like I said, he don't want to do that though. Ryan Garcia is his friend. These mans are very good friends. They very good friends. How you don't trust somebody who's your very good friend on a PED test? Think about that. Somebody you hang out with, some of my real good friends. You got a PED test your homeboy? Your friend? That ain't your friend now. That means Tio around Ryan for a different reason then. You can't be friends with Ryan, ready to jump out there every time somebody say something. I'm talking about y'all very good friends, then all of a sudden you talking about something, you need to PED test him. What? You need to test him for PEDs? I thought PEDs don't matter. That's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of these people gonna look crazy, and I ain't got nothing to really say about it. Anybody come out crying about some PEDs, bro, I'm gonna look at your background and say, what did he say during this situation with PEDs and this situation? Oh, he ain't say nothing? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All them people that say, the skills matter. Don't say nothing when your son, brother, cousin, whoever, when they get beat by a guy on PEDs and you find out, don't let me run to the rescue. I ain't running to the rescue for nobody. I don't care what color you is. I seen how y'all was a couple of months ago. It's a wrap on all that. Yeah, y'all sold out on that one. I don't know if everybody know it or not, but you sold out on that one big time. That was the biggest sellout move ever. And Teofimo's basically explaining to you why it is. This dude think Kambosos beat him because of PEDs? And you suspecting this guy was on PEDs and all the other stuff? Come on, man. And you turned down the most fights in boxing? Ain't nobody turned down Sandor Martin. Not Sandor Martin. Ain't nobody turned down Ryan Garcia. Matter of fact, ain't nobody turned down Ryan Garcia. Can y'all name another boxer who turned down Ryan Garcia fight? It ain't no more boxers in boxing that turned down Ryan Garcia fight. But people are worried about who Devin Haney gonna fight next. This man that turned down Sandor Martin. I mean, not Sandor Martin, I keep saying that. Sabril Matias. He turned down Brian Norman Jr., who's a champion and has a belt. For some reason, he turned down that fight and he said, yeah, I'll take boots, but I ain't gonna fight Brian Norman Jr. Get out of here. Get out of here. Y'all selling wolf tickets. Nah, Elvis Rodriguez looked trash his last, like 2 fights ago. Nah, he ain't got no chance. Cause he know he lost. That's why. Cause he know he lost. Cause he a sucker. That's a sucker move that suckers do. He a sucker and a liar. That's why that girl divorcing him, because he's a liar, allegedly. That's why he getting divorced now. I knew he was going to get a divorce two or 3 years ago. Ain't nobody finna stay around no weirdo like that. Dude's a liar, man. He getting everything he deserved. And guess what else? Rolly said he's going broke. Somebody else said he's going broke. I know he was going broke before he got a divorce. And he finna lose a lot more. All these guys gonna be bringing up PED stuff. He ain't the only one. See, the fans fell for the trip, but it is what it is. The fans gonna find out soon. All the fans that went with it, okay. It's a lot of people taking PEDs. But to say that Kambosos is the first one on the list for you to actually think he is, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. You just got whooped. That's it. That's it. Steve Claggett wasn't on PEDs. Jermaine Ortiz wasn't on PEDs. They just beat you up, and you got away with it. That was it. Dude got beat up in all those fights. He got beat up in all those fights. This man has ducked every fighter known to man, and he tries to. He let the media, because the media gonna do it. The media does its job. The media loves it. I see now the media, they do a little bit, they write a little bit more words when it comes to a guy like Jerron Ennis or somebody, or Haney. That's why I was trying to tell everybody years ago, man, pipe down on that Crawford stuff, because all y'all gonna do is get these people who already don't support American boxing. That's why it's moving the way it is right now. You're gonna have to give those guys motivation to jump in the middle and sit up here and say, yeah, you know what? Jerron Ennis ain't that good. He need to fight this guy. And that's what's going on now. And now they got the news out here making it seem like he ducking Teofimo. When Teofimo said he didn't want to fight him, and they good friends. He said he'll fight Ryan before a drug test. I put that video out a while ago. I know a lot of people ain't check it out because you know how that go. But he said Ryan Garcia, he'll fight him, but he needs to drug test him, and he don't want to take VADA. So what's wrong with VADA? So his situation with VADA was, supposedly he's saying that somebody ain't test Kambosos or something after the fight. We don't have no clear-cut evidence of this. Man just talking. Then he throws Sandor Martin in there like, yeah, him too. Now, we actually have Devin Haney, who has a failed drug test evidence that he did not go looking for. He didn't come up with none of these stories that Teofimo coming up with. Teofimo is literally coming up with stories with no evidence at all. Nah, he been talking like this. It just ain't nobody been calling it out like I have. Shout out to Candy Slim 501. Shout out to you, Slim. Nah, he's been talking like this. People just ain't realize it because they not really big fans of him. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan of him for a while. Didn't think he was that good because I know boxing. But if I would have said that back then when he was getting all these knockouts, people would have been like, well, I did say that. People were like, oh, you just hate it. He knocking this guy out. He ain't had a knockout in years. Dude couldn't knock out Kambosos. Even Lomachenko knocked out Kambosos, and Lomachenko don't get knockouts. That just lets you know how low on as far as skill Teofimo is. He a lot of flash, but he ain't got no sauce. He ain't got nothing to finish the job. He can talk a good game, but he ain't been walking like it. Ain't no way a guy like Steve Claggett should have you on the ropes most of the fight. A dude with almost 10 losses have you on the ropes in the corner, bullying you like nobody else has in your career. That was embarrassing. And for people to turn around and be like, yeah, he'll get Ennis though. Come on, man. Come on, man. To even say that is ridiculous. Even if that was true, like what are we talking about? This dude's coming off some of the worst fights in his life. He's already saying like people don't believe in him. He's already telling you that ESPN don't believe in him. They don't. And he's coming off wins. A lot of them look like robberies. But my thing is this right here. A lot of people can't report this because they just gonna report it and they ain't got no opinion on it. That's gonna be different from what they said last year. So what they gonna say? They gonna say Teofimo got a point. PEDs do matter when it comes to him, but when it comes to Devin Haney, it don't matter. The left hook. Don't nobody say the right hand with Kambosos. Nobody say the right hand from Sandor Martin. But now he's saying, oh yeah, it was a PED thing. And fans gonna actually run with this because they don't know nothing about boxing and they have all kind of narratives. They have all kind of narratives. Now, see, now what's going on now is you actually got to tell the news now. All the clickbait about PEDs and B samples and stuff, now you got to actually tell boxing news. Now you got to actually tell the truth. Oh my God, you got to tell the truth in boxing? Yeah, that's going on now. You got to actually tell the truth in boxing now. And you know what people are starting to find out? People are starting to find out a lot of people are frauds in boxing when it comes to boxing news. People are finding out guys are biased. He said Kambosos on PEDs, he would have been on them versus Haney, Maxie Hughes, and Lomachenko. Exactly. Dude fighting in his own country. He fighting in his own country. And he wouldn't take PEDs against Haney or Lomachenko in his own country. Then he's fighting on the top rank card. You think he ain't gonna do it on the top rank card for Maxie Hughes? This guy sounds ridiculous. And that's why when people been running around talking about people are ducking him, I knew all this news already. You know, it's just when I put it out, I look like a hater because ain't nobody else saying it. So if I'm the only one saying it, they're gonna be like, he a hater, bro. He the only one saying it, bro. And he's a black guy, so he doesn't like him. He's a black guy, and he's the only one saying it. So I'm starting to realize a lot of that be going on. So they'll realize, I guess, by 2026 that, you know what I'm saying, this ain't no clickbait. After, I don't know, I think I got like almost 3,000 videos. But I'm not here to prove nobody nothing. Tell the man to jump in the ring, man. He fought since what, July, June? This man ain't fought since June, July. He was supposed to get out of his contract when Shakur Stevenson was getting out. And he's still stuck in the contract. He's not telling nobody the truth. You got to get more of the truth from me than you get from him. Think about that. I've told more of the truth about Teofimo than he's actually told you. People don't believe that I can actually sit here and tell you more about the truth. I could have told y'all that he had him and Ryan had problems with his with they women when I first started my channel. I could have been clickbait. Nobody knew about that then. Nobody. I knew about this a long time ago. Ryan was on some Travis Hunter stuff. I know everybody focusing on Travis Hunter, but Ryan Garcia been going through more than what Travis Hunter been going through. Shoot, Ryan Garcia going through more than what Devin Haney going through right now. That little stuff, that little young thug stuff, man, please. Do you know what Teofimo and Ryan is going through right now with women? And these dudes want to report on that? Bro, these Americans are scared to report on people like Teofimo and Ryan. They shook out here. They ain't really real like that. First of all, they weren't reporting on Ryan like that at the Tank cooked them. We all know that. Let's keep it facts. I told y'all, I was like, Ryan still gonna have a big fight, bro. Watch. I was the only channel saying that. I said Ryan finna have a big fight coming up. I actually said last year that Ryan was gonna have a bigger fight than Canelo Alvarez. I was the only channel on YouTube that told you guys that Ryan Garcia's fight in 2024 is going to be bigger than Canelo Alvarez's fight. The only one. So how can I be biased? Like, people don't even know who I like. But I'm going to keep it 1,000 though. Kambosos? Come on, man. Like, this is beyond reaching. Everybody that come for Devin Haney, you better come for this guy. And you know what's funny about it? What Teofimo just said is worse than anything Devin Haney said. Worse than anything Deontay Wilder said. Anything. All this trolling that people be doing when Wilder said something. I seen a guy recently that I never watched because I knew he was full of crap. I was finna say full of ish. I should have said it. But I know a guy who was full of crap. Not gonna say his name. But you know how many guys I seen that said that Wilder was this and Wilder was that? He's a liar and he's lying about Tyson Fury cheating. Do you know that now I see a lot of guys that made 100 videos talking about Wilder's a crybaby and everything? I seen these guys never say that Wilder was right about Tyson Fury cheating, but they sat around and called Tyson Fury a cheater recently after he lost to Usyk the second time. So they wait until Tyson Fury lost to Usyk the second time to call him a PED using cheater. And this is not even somebody who, do y'all understand this? We have people running around doing this now. These dudes clickbait. Y'all better understand when y'all getting clickbait though, that y'all. I don't know. A lot of people don't know, but a lot of people getting pimped with this boxing news too. They pimping y'all with the boxing news. Not particularly y'all, because I don't know y'all personally. I'm just talking about in general, boxing fans. They are pimping boxing. He said, did Ryan beat his baby mama? Nah, I don't know about what if he did. I know she put a restraining order out on him, and for him to even see his kids, he's not even paying child support. He got to pay her $20,000 a month just to keep the restraining order off. He got to pay her $20,000 a month just to take the restraining order off. So he's paying that girl right now $20,000 a month to take the restraining order off. And I think he on child support by somebody else or something like that. So the dude is paying out. He's paying out money every month. So he's gonna go broke. And that's not even child support. So she could circle the block and come back and be like, hey, I want some child support too. Or I want this dollar amount because you did that thing that one time. Yeah, these guys are simps, man. The girls that sleep with these guys know that they're liars. They know they're jealous and they know they're liars. It's just simple as that. They know they're jealous and they know they're liars. Everybody don't. Did y'all see how Hulk Hogan got booed the other day? I don't know if everybody's seen it. Did y'all see how Hulk Hogan got booed the other day when he walked out? Hulk Hogan was looking like, why am I getting booed? That's gonna be Ryan Garcia and Teofimo one day. The next generation, they gonna press a little harder. See, this generation just booed Hulk Hogan. We know why. But they're going to be in the same position. Now, these older fans, the older boxing fans who's okay with all this stuff, how these dudes talk, we know y'all been suckers. Y'all been letting people walk all over y'all for years. So we know y'all ain't going to do nothing. Dudes go to tank fights and be fighting all the time. Ryan Garcia show up, ain't nobody throwing no punches or nothing. These dudes are suckers. They ain't finna do nothing. Ain't nobody about their life. But they'll sit up here and try to fight Caleb Plant and all this other stuff. And these dudes, you can't even make it up. This dude, they in the worst positions ever, man. And I'm just saying this because, bro, if y'all think I'm not laughing at these guys, why would I sit up here and laugh at Devin Haney? That's why I'm sitting up at these other guys. I'm like, okay, so y'all consider yourself knowing more about boxing than I do. Why y'all don't know about Teofimo struggling with his girl and supposedly her getting passed around allegedly? What about Ryan Garcia having multiple baby mamas that can't wait to get away from him? Like, restraining order? This dude had a restraining order put out by, what, his wife or something? This dude had a restraining order put out. Could you imagine if Devin Haney would have had a restraining order put out on him? Oh, a girl puts out restraining. That's why I said, dude, Devin Haney's a bigger star than these guys. These guys ain't no stars like that. How you got 100 million followers, but you get locked up, don't nobody care? Come on, man. Who y'all talking to, man? Y'all know how long I've been around? I've been around before before they was buying followers. You know what I'm saying? I was around a long time. I've seen everything. I seen them make stars, bro. Y'all don't think I knew? Man, come on, man. Like this boxing stuff, this just only a fraction of what I know for real. In real life, the stuff y'all be seeing, I already been knew about all that. Like the stuff I know about, that's why I keep a boxing on here. If I was just talking about personal stuff, like everybody else does, yeah, my channel be way bigger. But I don't talk about personal stuff. This is boxing because it's the PEDs. But when dudes getting up here talking about who girl is what and messing with this person, bro, these dudes, ain't nobody doing the video about Teofimo getting a divorce right now. And the rumors around that. Nobody. Because they got an agenda. Y'all better start paying attention to stuff like that. That's how people get hurt out here. Somebody can be paying somebody to hurt you. Appreciate that, Slim. Somebody could be paying. That's why a lot of these dudes be getting their head knocked out by their friend. The friend be finessing you the whole time and then you just around there ignoring it. You focusing on the other one is probably your brother. I done seen more people get in a fight with their brothers than people outside the family, so that's just stats. Statistics say that. He said, why Tank want to put hands on T.O. but not Ryan? That's what I'm saying, bro. Tank out here, man, he fumbling the ball, man. I'm disappointed in Tank, dog. Especially when you say you a street dude, I'm disappointed in Baltimore. Because first of all, they got Tank out here getting extorted by some dude. Or some dude trying to extort Tank right now. On some female stuff. That's why I said a lot of these dudes ain't really like that. They ain't really no street dudes. And you got dude trying to expose Tank or something like that. For some reason, I don't know why. Putting out videos of him smoking, coward stuff. But then you got people on YouTube from Baltimore and DMV. Oh man, we're gonna pull up on y'all. Y'all hate on Tank. Why don't y'all pull up on old boy who trying to extort Tank right now? You know what I'm saying? Use your manpower and everything to do that. That's what the problem I be having as far as that, Slim. Like these fans be trying to go at people. They don't go at nobody like Ryan or Teofimo. That's why I said a lot of these dudes, they expose themselves. They don't go at Ryan or Garcia or Teofimo. They still be hitting their like buttons. But Ryan Garcia already said Devin Haney could beat Tank after he lost. I mean, after Ryan Garcia had put hands on Devin Haney in the last fight, he still said he'll beat Tank because he knows the truth. Ryan Garcia know he was on that sauce. He like, I had to get on that to even handle that. What people need to be thinking about is why Ryan Garcia go out of his way to take that from Devin Haney and not Tank. But no, Tank ain't got no he got that mindset where, you know what I'm saying, the lighter the better. The only reason he even said something about Teofimo putting hands on him because somebody had to ask him. We ain't got to ask him about Devin Haney. He speaks up and say stuff about Devin Haney. He say stuff about his dad. I heard him say something about Keyshawn Davis' mama recently. What's going on, real Prison Talk with Tommy. I heard him saying something about Keyshawn Davis' mama recently. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not too good with somebody saying something else about somebody else's mama, dog. Especially in public. And you're a celebrity and both of y'all fight. Keyshawn Davis should be able to roll up on Tank with all three of his brothers and beat the crap out of Tank. And nobody should be able to jump in. Ain't nobody finna talk about my mama. Why? They can't be okay with that. I'm like, why is he talking about Keyshawn Davis' mom? And he was saying this like in public. So everybody can see it. This dude went for somebody else's mom. Her mom is nowhere involved. Ain't no yo mama talk going on. They wasn't going back and forth. I'm like, it's getting serious. That's why a lot of guys play until Tank ain't finna be able to fight no Keyshawn and his brothers at the same time. And who gonna step in? So you gonna stop another man from defending his mom getting slandered? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they are. And that's why I call it out. They are, and that's why I call it out. If you everybody ain't gotta sell tickets like that. Evander Holyfield ain't have to do that. Lennox Lewis ain't have to do it. Ain't nobody gotta do all that to sell no tickets. And them guys bigger than everybody right now. When you think of boxing, that's what you think about. Them guys ain't have to do that. Ali did it a different way. But at the same time, Ali said, Ali behind closed doors, he respected those guys. They know what Ali was doing. Shoot, matter of fact, guys is doing that in 2025 to sell fights. And Ali was doing this in the 60s. Guys got to do that to sell fights because their talent ain't that good. They can have 1 million Instagram pages and all this other stuff. They got to show up. They ain't fighting nobody. You said some deep self-hate. Half of the promotion, half of it just promotion. More so, I would say it has less to do with the fighters. It's the fans. I would say it's less about the fighters than the fans because at a certain point, Tank was friends with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, friends with Tank. He was just at a Tank fight recently in the back. So they all friends. These guys been around each other. They friends. They don't know each other like they do family, but they friends. But it's more so the fans because the fans pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? They do the LeBron Kobe thing. For some reason, people can't get away from that. They got to do the LeBron Kobe thing all the time. All the time. We seen it with Terrence Crawford. They gotta pick one. And usually, and I'm gonna be real with you, and this might hurt a lot of feelings, but this is true. Usually when they picking between two fighters, and I've noticed this, usually when they picking between two fighters, they usually pick the lighter fighter. If you got Mike Tyson and Holyfield, you go with Mike Tyson. Just keep it in the book. You go with Tank and Devin, you go with Tank. You go with Wilder or Joshua, you get Joshua. Subliminally, people don't realize they doing it, but they doing it. So yeah, it's some self-hate stuff in between all that. It definitely is. You don't see when two white fighters fighting that majority of the people are just going with the whiter guy. Oh, well, this guy's more whiter, so I'm going with him. That doesn't happen. That's only in America. These dudes is brainwashed. They cooked. They mamas, they failed them. Let's keep it real. Yeah, Shakur got a silver medal, man. I knew Tank ain't want to do that. He ain't want to make that happen. Tank tried to fight. See, Tank is in a situation where he'll fight anybody except the top black guys right now. Tank know what time it is. But you got fans out here, they want to make it a race thing, so they're like, oh, these black guys, Keyshawn Davis, he's trash. Shakur Stevens is trash. This guy's trash. Well, you ain't gonna never get the fight then. I told people recently, before the Tank Davis and Devin Haney sparring match came out. When I first started this channel, I used to tell people all the time, I ain't got to see Devin Haney and Tank fight. You'll never see me have a video on this channel saying I want Tank and Devin need to happen now, and I've never did one of those videos. I seen them fight 10 years ago. I always tell people that. You can ask anybody. I've always told them I seen them fight 10 years ago. It was all right. Tank ain't really do nothing. Last I remember, Devin won. And this was 2015. I want to say 14, 15. I was like, it's all right, you know what I'm saying? But what Tank said, oh, you know, I cracked him. I did this. Everybody, I heard Tank cracked him. And then the lowest thing they did was try to put out a highlight tape of Devin getting beat up by Tank before his biggest fight of his life. That's the biggest hater stuff I ever seen in my life. I don't want to be associated with anybody who was doing stuff like that with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. And they put out a fake tape with this dude, and he wasn't even getting beat up like that. They put the whole video out, and then everybody got quiet. Oh, yeah, I'm a Tank fan too, man. I'm a Tank fan. I mean, to say I'm a big Tank fan, I feel like, Tommy, I agree with you on that. But I feel like these days when people say, I'm a big Tank fan, it's kind of, let me see. It's kind of getting old because, let's think about it. Who's not a Tank Davis fan? You know what I'm saying? Like, for us to actually say that, it kind of make us seem like we got to defend ourselves for telling the truth. But who's not a Tank Davis fan? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's not a Canelo fan? We just want to see Canelo fight top competition. What these guys don't realize is, though, like I said recently, Tommy, I'm not worried about Tank fighting anybody, because you know what? Yeah, I got Andy Cruz too. I'm not worried about, I want to see Andy Cruz versus Tank. That was the fight I actually wanted to see last year, Andy. That's a good pick. I wanted to see Andy Cruz versus Tank last year. But I had said recently, I don't really have to ask Tank to fight anybody because it's already guys doing it. I don't have to ask him to fight Lomachenko. Teofimo did it. Devin Haney did it. I didn't really ask for the Ryan Garcia fight. So I got Keyshawn Davis now. We got Rayo at 140. We got Pitbull still running around. We have plenty of fighters to where we can get them to do whatever we ask them Tank to do. We need somebody to fight Rayo? Okay, we get somebody else. You want somebody to fight Devin? We get somebody else then. Like, look at Andy Cruz not even being thought about right now, 135. 135 is a disgusting division right now. I can't stand 135. It's a waste of time and money. You know, it's like paying for a trilogy in a movie. Like, you remember how The Matrix was? Everybody was like so invested in watching The Matrix 1, 2. By the time we got to the third one, it was a good storyline, but it was like, I wasn't even worth all this. The way they ended it, it's like, it was good, but kind of expecting something else. That's kind of what it is. It's going to be like I'm telling you, it's going to be like a Tyson Fury situation. It's going to be a lot of situations that's going to happen like that, where guys just going to wait too long. Because we got to think about it. We don't know if Tank is at his best. Maybe Tank was at his best during, like, Leo Santa Cruz fight. Yeah, Rayo versus Gary Antoine Russell going to be a good fight. That's going to be on the Tank Davis card. That's going to be a good fight. Yeah, right now I like Tank card a little better, but I know Benavidez them coming up. They got Figueroa and Stephen Fulton. I'm gonna start covering those a lot more starting probably. I don't know if I'm gonna be on tomorrow, but Friday I'm gonna start covering a lot more of those. The fights that's coming up, so everybody can know what's going on. But Benavidez fights in 3 weeks with Figueroa and the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Oh, Stephen Fulton, my bad. Yeah, Stephen Fulton. So that's gonna be a decent card. Pitbull got a tough little fight. So we're gonna see. You said Tank don't seem like he motivated to box. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's not motivated. I would say he knows the guys that he's going against are not the same as these other guys. You know what I'm saying? He likes Benavidez. Not Benavidez, but he said Morel. You like Morel over Benavidez? Yeah, a lot of people like Morel over Benavidez. But one thing that's a red flag for me though, with the Morel thing, what's really gonna make me believe that people actually believe in Morel. Morel name ain't never really been thrown around with Bitterbill. Like nobody's ever said that. Yeah, I like to see Morel fight Bitterbill, or I like to see him fight Zerto. That's where I'm kind of lost on the whole Morel thing. I'm still look at the fights and see who I want to win. But on the Morel thing, I'm kind of confused because I'm like, nobody thinks Morel can beat those other guys, but they think Benavidez can, or he can compete, or at least fight those guys. Like if Morel goes in there and beats Benavidez, he gonna have to fight Bitterbill or Bibble next, right? See, that's what people gotta realize. He's not fighting just to beat Benavidez. He's fighting to survive. Cause this is not, once you fight Benavidez and get by that, it's the big boys now. It's the big boys now. And Benavidez, I don't know. Is people saying that Morel's better than Caleb Plant? And Andre? We're gonna have to see. That's the only thing. That's the only questions I got. But is Morel I would say he's a better like put together fighter, especially like as far as in shape. He's a lot more in shape, athletic, skill, speed. You said who you think Tank fight next if he beat Roach? He fighting Ryan Garcia, guaranteed. Tank fighting Ryan Garcia, guaranteed if he beats Roach. Guaranteed. He already said it. Tank already said it. He fighting Ryan Garcia, guaranteed. Yeah, he has more power. But I don't know if he'll be able to get in there with Bitterbill and people like that though, and Dimitri Bivol. That's the next step he gonna have to take if he fights if he beats Benavidez. So in my eyes, just from not really studying it, I give Benavidez more of a chance of beating those guys than Morel, but Morel may show up and give us a different version. It's just something I haven't seen yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really too big into, like, that's what happened to me last night. I tried to give that Australian guy a chance, but I kept saying I've never seen him do this before. So I'm expecting him to do something I never seen him do before. That's the only thing I'm kind of skeptical about is as far as Morel. I'm still a fan of Morel though. I'm still gonna be a supporter of him. A lot of people think that whoever loses this fight, that somehow helps Canelo. It's a whole nother division. If Canelo wanted to fight these guys, he could have. So really, I'm not trying to. Honestly, I don't want to pick a side because these guys ain't have to pick this fight. These other guys in boxing that's already been around, older than these guys, they should have been doing this. That's really a reason I don't like picking a side between Morel and Benavidez. Yeah, I know a lot of people is Cuban as far as being biased, but at the end of the day, you already know this. Morel lose. Ain't nobody gonna talk about Morel. I'm gonna be the only one on here talking about Morel if he lose. You know that. You know that. Morel go out there and get knocked out in the 5th round. I'm gonna be the only one on here give him credit. You know that. I know that. That's why I said. That's why I'm not trying to get too high up on him, cause he go out there and get knocked out. They gonna be like, man, see, he wasn't ready for Canelo. It ain't gonna be about Benavidez Oh, you see how Benavidez knocked him out? Man, Benavidez didn't knock Caleb Plant out like that. He wasn't ready for Benavidez. You know, they're going to be waiting on that. So they got an excuse for both sides. But yeah, I know a lot of Cubans are supporting their fighters. Absolutely. I like Morrell. Yeah, I like Morrell, man. I like Morrell. He's a very good fighter. He is what I was expecting Canelo to do. Go out here and just fight anybody. The man is doing what I wanted Canelo to do. Of course, I'm a Morrell fan. But they said Tank versus Garcia in the catchweight. Yeah, they already talked about it, man. Him and Tank and Ryan already talked about it. Tank already knows that Ryan can't even make 140. And Tank knows that Ryan can't make that he's a 147. He was like, yeah, man, I'm not trying to do a catchweight at 143. Come down to 140. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, hold on, but Devin Haney ain't do no catchweight at 143. So yeah, Tank knows. Yeah, it's gonna be in the catchweight. Watch, Tank ain't finna pass that money up. He's not finna pass that money up. For him to go out there, he goes out there and knocks out Ryan Garcia again after what Ryan Garcia did in the Devin Haney fight with so much hype and praise around Ryan Garcia. Tank could be a Mike Tyson status. You seen what a rematch did for Usyk. And then Turkey Al-Sheikh has already been in contact with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Well, I don't know about Tank Davis. I ain't gonna say that. But as far as Ryan Garcia, he's already been in contact with Ryan Garcia. And from what I've seen, Eddie Hearn was in contact with Tank about Conor Benn. So yeah, Tank been talking to people. Don't let him fool you. But he's not going to let Ryan get any bigger. Ryan's still getting bigger, so that's why I'm saying the fight going to happen next. Because Ryan he's getting bigger. He's still growing. You got to understand, Ryan is a big guy. Then you look at his dad not a small guy. His dad kind of a chubby guy. So he's going to put on a little bit of weight too. So that's why Tank said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that fight next. Because he want to get that check for that fight. And if he can get a check off that fight, he don't have to fight nobody. He could just retire after he fights Ryan Garcia again. And the next time he get it, he said he makes it to the ring with Tank. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he took off this last fight so he could kind of get himself together. No, they talking about he got a wrist injury. He said, I'm going to the Morrell. Oh, you going to Morrell Benavidez fight, Sway? I want to go to that fight, man. I think Morrell is a beast, man. For real, I honestly do. I just felt like he needed like 2 more fights, though. Especially at 175. Feel like he really do need like 2 more fights. Man, a lot of these guys need like 2 more fights. They need to be fighting three or 4 times a year. That'll take care of all that. But yeah, and he's moving up in weight. He could have had another fight by now. But yeah, that's my only problem, man. But I like the Cuban fighters they have coming out right now. The Cuban fighters, they getting to it this generation. I love Cuban fighters. Yeah, Iglesias, I'm ready for him to make some moves. See, Canelo gonna have some trouble trying to sit at 68. You got Iglesias at 68 right now. He ranked like number 4. You got Pacheco. See, 168 finna be a problem. If I was Canelo, I would definitely try to fight a Terrence Crawford right now. Unless you want to fight a guy who's 6'4". At 168. 6'4", 6'5". Yeah. Oh, shout out to you, dog. That what's up, boy. Happy birthday, boy. Yeah, your girl a real one, boy. Congratulations, boy. She a real one for that. Ooh, yeah, she a real one. Yeah, she definitely on the pound for pound list with that one. She got your tickets to that. That's gonna be a fight you ain't gonna never forget. Dang, Sway, you getting down like that? Yeah, I'm trying to go. I'm gonna see. You said when Ryan be the A side against Tank. I think Tank will split it down the middle in that fight. I think they'll do 50-50. They don't really need anything. I think they'll do the same thing except for catch weight. Tank just want to fight at 140. Ryan Garcia can't make no 140. That ain't even realistic. So Tank gonna have to do it at 147. The reason why I said he's gonna have to do the fight soon is because we don't know if Ryan Garcia will be at 154 next year. And I'm being honest. Because a lot of people are saying he used the PEDs to cut weight. That means he's not gonna be able to make weight, sir. If he used PEDs to make weight, that means he's not gonna make weight. That's why he didn't fight the Asian guy, the Japanese guy recently. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Yeah, he got to use his punch output. Morrell has to throw a lot of punches. He just has to use his punches and his movement. Just keep making Benavidez reset. All he has to do is do what Ronald Gravel did in the first fight against Benavidez. If y'all go back and look at that Ronald Gravel and Benavidez fight, that's all he has to do. He has to clinch, use his clinching, try to get Benavidez tired. Benavidez doesn't have a strong upper body. So try to use your upper body strength to try to tire out Benavidez and not have him punching as much. If I was these guys, I'd be punching Benavidez's arms like Canelo does. He doesn't have a lot of leg movement. If Benavidez is moving around a lot, that means he's going to get tired quick. That's one thing I haven't seen a fighter do yet. Put that pressure on Benavidez to where you make a move. And if his arms are tired, man, you could definitely. But it's going to be a hard strategy, though, because he's punching back as well. Morrell got it. He has to have a strategy. I just didn't like what he did in the last fight, but he still fought a defensive fighter. But Benavidez fought a guy who was more like Morrell, though. So I would say he's more prepared. But Morrell, he got to use his footwork and keep that jab in front of Benavidez. And Benavidez is a slow starter, so if he can get 4 rounds, if Morrell can go out there and get the first 4 rounds, I know people talking about 4 rounds straight. Yes, the first 4 rounds. If Morrell can go out there and get the first 4 rounds, possibly get a knockdown at the end, he can make this an easy fight. I ain't say a knockout, but try to make something work. Show that power. If he can do that at the end, he gonna be all right. Yeah, I'm gonna do some reviews on that fight too. I like Morrell, man. He's a matter of fact, me and him got the same birthday. But yeah, I like Morrell, man. He's a dog, man. Trust me. If he got the same birthday as me, he ain't scared of nothing. And I ain't saying that because it's me. He ain't scared of nothing. This dude ain't scared of anything. Yeah, Benavidez scared me when he fought Andre. And him and Andre, 2 of my favorite fighters. So that was already awkward watching that. I haven't even watched it back. I haven't watched Earl Spencer Crawford back. Those are 2 of my favorite fighters fighting. I don't like when that happens. It hasn't happened much, but recently, yeah, it has. So I'm like, oh man. Yeah, Benavidez. The thing about Benavidez, he punches a lot, man. He punches a lot. He throws uppercuts and hooks from anywhere. He makes it easy, like he's dunking a basketball or something. And he can outpunch Morrell. That's what I don't like. I just don't like Morrell getting outpunched in that last fight. And I don't like how big. I'm not too afraid about Benavidez, but man, he got big after that last fight. Oof. Man, he was huge recently. I seen that picture recently. I'm like, man, this dude was huge. Yeah, he was already working with Saudi. You know, he tried to Turkey tried to Turkey was working with Benavidez before he started working with. Turkey had offered Canelo the 200 million. Well, Canelo asked for 200 million to fight Benavidez after Turkey said he wanted to set up Canelo versus Benavidez. Then Turkey said he wanted to have Benavidez go to 160 and fight Crawford. Benavidez almost tried to, he thought about going to 160 to fight Crawford. Then he was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And then they brought up the fact about Benavidez fighting Bitterbib and Zerto. And then Benavidez said, I would eventually try to fight Usyk if I can. Yeah, I know. You said we're done with shoot, Teofimo, man, he ain't throwing no jabs no more. I like what he's doing with Canelo as far as his movement, changing his levels, going to the body, but he don't got no jab. He don't believe in his jab no more. Kambosos, man, the man said recently he has PTSD from the Kambosos fight. I couldn't believe he said that. Cause he was trying to give some Devin Haney advice, and he was being, he was being truthful about it. He was being honest. He wasn't being funny. And he was like, yeah, like from the Kambosos fight, it gave me like PTSD. I'm like, and I've been telling people ever since the Kambosos fight, he's been scared to throw a jab. So he hasn't been getting any knockouts like that. Teofimo, he sets his knockouts off at jabs. And he just don't do the jab no more. He's going straight to hooks and combinations, and he got short arms, and he wants to fight in close proximity, and it doesn't work. He's not an inside fighter. So the inside fighting he's been doing, and he's been getting marked up and scarred up, trying to get guys up out of there too much. Even his dad said last year, like, the jab, man, we don't know if we want to use it, how much. Teofimo don't want to use it no more. I mean, the reason why you don't want to use the jab is because you're throwing it 10 times. This dude throwing the jab like 1, 2, 3, like he's in the gym or something. You can't sit there and jab somebody 10 times in a row. But he's scared. He got PTSD from it. Yeah, he needs you to be in front of him to run them combinations off. That's what Andre's problem was. Andre prepared the Andre prepared for a good fight. Yeah, it's always been guys like that, Tommy, talking crap, but it's like they want you to know. And it's like, dude, do y'all know what's going on with you guys? Like, both of you guys just lost your women. Like, your women is in the streets. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they're doing so bad, they talk so much smack that their women don't even like it. It may be a lot of guys that like it, but a lot of women, the women that they were married to, they don't like it. Both of these guys aren't married no more. Even the women in their lives know they liars. I be trying to explain that to fans, like, dude, these guys can get on Twitter and whatever, say anything about a boxer, but the women that stay with them, they don't like them. They feel like these guys are frauds. And Ryan has had multiple women leave him. He might be a big star to most people, but to the girlfriends, they feel like these guys are liars and cheaters. And a lot of these guys have got exposed. Yeah. And they're really messing up their legacy because, Ryan and Teofimo has gotten full credit for everything they've done over the last couple of years. Up until the point, I feel like they get more credit than Lara. If you ask me, I feel like Lara has done more for the sport. When you look at his resume and what he's doing at the age of 42, I feel like Lara done more for the sport. But if you look at the fans, they feel like, let's give Teofimo and Ryan Garcia more credit. And that's where I kind of changed my way of thinking. Like, bro, I got to give guys who really deserve the credit. There's a lot of people that don't give Luis Ortiz credit. And this man tried to fight everybody. And they call him a PED user. I'm like, wow. Canelo just failed a drug test and y'all worried about Luis Ortiz? But I had to realize though, oh, I see why they care about it. You said Teofimo? Nah, he don't. He talking about something he don't want to take. Teofimo said he doesn't even want to take VADA. He said he don't want to fight Ryan Garcia unless it's a drug test. Unless it's a PED test. I'm like, dude, what? Sabril Matias called you out he called you out 2 years ago. Well, a year ago. So he has to realize, like, this is the second, and then he turned down Matias again today. So this is the second time he turned him down. And I knew he was going to turn him down. You think Canelo works with, and hold on, before I read y'all questions, let me tell you how I know Teofimo is lying. Do y'all remember Ryan Garcia's dad had came out recently and he was like, we got a deal done to fight Teofimo Lopez. Y'all remember that recently? When they said they had a deal done to fight Teofimo in April? So that deal was done. You know what Teofimo said? Not without a PED test. And this guy, he haven't even been out here advocating for PEDs, for PED tests. He's been in the crowd where PEDs don't matter. Now he wants to stand up and say, well, you know, these guys, Kambosos, he went to the hospital and he didn't take a PED test, and Sandor Martin didn't either. They were on the other side of the hospital. Well, he said Kambosos was on the other side of the hospital and he didn't take the test. Or something. Oh, man, I'm like, bro, come on, man. That happened years ago. You think this guy was on PEDs because he dropped you and nobody else? Bro, Steve Claggett didn't look like that against nobody else. I think he's hearing everybody give him compliments. He's just not understanding. Kambosos said something recently about that. About a lot of guys been losing recently back to back. And the media kind of been not doing a good service to these guys. They've been doing a disservice because they're giving these guys compliments after back-to-back losses. And the fighters are going back home not even realizing they lost the fight. They're getting pat on the back after a loss. And it's kind of destroying a lot of guys' careers. To be honest with you. It really has. Not to say that Oscar Valdez has. I wouldn't say his career has gone that way, but you kind of can say that because he's not an old guy. He's like 33 or something. 33, 34. And he looked good last year against Liam Wilson, but, you know, when the fans pat you on the back all the time, that one loss makes it seem worse than anything that happened. So when they really treat you like you lost, that's when you feel like you're actually done from the sport. A lot of guys don't feel like, they don't get treated like a loser until the end of their career. A lot of these young guys over here, they get treated like a loser as a prospect. We got guys, bro, do y'all know the sport of boxing just had picked a prospect getting knocked out as knockout of the year? Do y'all know that this is the first time in history I've ever remembered a prospect getting knocked out as a knockout of the year? I seen somebody say last night, they was like, bro, the award show for 2024 is a waste of time. I might have to agree with that because I thought about some knockouts from last year. I'm like, I've seen some better knockouts. I mean, I thought you could at least put, I'm like a prospect though. We put a prospect getting knocked out? That's crazy. It just goes to show that we didn't have as many big fights last year as we could have. We still asking for more. You say you think, yeah, Canelo, you think Canelo works with Riyadh Season to potentially do that mega fight with Crawford? In my opinion, Canelo would turn the fight if it's Saudi. Canelo has been out there in Saudi. Like I said before, he was out there at the Joshua Ruiz 2 fight. When all those guys were doing business right before the shutdown happened. That's when all the fighters like Josh Taylor, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Terrence Crawford, a lot of those guys was going to Saudi Arabia and everything, like around 2019, and that's when Andrew Ruiz and all those guys were fighting. Canelo was there, so they've had talks. Canelo got his own situation right here going on right now where he has a plan, but he has an idea of what he wants to do as far as Turkey Al Sheikh. Like he was ready to jump in the he was gonna fight Bivol. You remember when I said that? Recently, Bivol was gonna if he would have beat Bitterbiv, Canelo would have fought Bivol. And that would have been a Turkey Al Sheikh fight. So Canelo, he can move around right now and go wherever he wants to. But he did say personally out of his own mouth that he wished he would have spent his whole career with PBC. So maybe he's comfortable where PBC is right now. But he does like working with PBC. Still has a relationship with Eddie Hearn. Everything else. I mean, he's the face of boxing. He's getting treated like it right now. The man's getting business with anybody. Yeah, he's gonna think about it. He wants that money. That's a lot of money, man, for 30 minutes, man. And to be honest with you, if Canelo lose to Benavidez or Terrence Crawford, I'm not gonna care. Canelo can go out there and lose Terrence Crawford right now and Benavidez. He's still gonna be a top fighter because I just want to see the fight. I think Canelo, a lot of people think that, oh, y'all care about Canelo losing. Man, we seen Oscar De La Hoya lose all the time. You don't never hear nobody bringing up Oscar De La Hoya losing the fight because we don't care. It says a picture of WBO in Puerto Rico, Espinoza, Navarrete, Teofimo. Teofimo was a smaller guy. Yeah, Navarrete, Espinoza is huge, dude. You see how big Espinoza was when he was standing behind Munguia? When Munguia was in the getting in the ring in his last fight? Man, I know why. I'm gonna tell you right now, people ain't gonna like this, but I know why Inoue didn't go to 126 now. El Divino would have destroyed him. That dude is huge. He got to be 6'2". I know they said 6'1.5". That dude got to be 6'2", man. He has to be 6'2". I heard a lot of people saying things about him throwing elbows in the fight recently. Man, we done already put videos out about other boxers getting elbowed. It'll be a waste of time to address that. But I understand what they're saying. Yeah, a lot of them were illegal. But that happens all the time in boxing. That's these referees' job, man. Yeah, Navarrete is huge, man. Navarrete, I can't believe Navarrete was at 122, 26. I can't believe it. Yeah, last year was full of knockouts. I don't know why they just picked that one fight. That dude, Angelo Leo, when he knocked out Lopez talking about he might not even fight no more. His career might be over. The way he got hit or something. He might not even box no more. Because of the injury was so bad. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. Shout out to all y'all in here. Yeah, I don't know if I seen you. I know I seen Sway up in here before and everybody else. Prison Talk with Tommy. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're just sitting here talking. I'm gonna do a panel like Friday or something. So around this time, I'm gonna do a panel. I'm gonna just let all y'all come up in here and talk. I should have did it today, but you know, I was on live stream. I don't know if y'all seen. I was on live stream like 3 o'clock this morning. Bro, I had to stay up and watch that fight, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. We gotta see, man. We gotta see. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Benavidez fan, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick him yet. You know, I didn't pick him. To be honest with you, I said something crazy, and I said to a lot of people because people were saying, yeah, I think Andre was gonna win. I was like, yeah, bro, I like Andre. It's one of my favorite fighters, but I just can't see Benavidez losing. And I'm still stuck on that situation. Last time I didn't pick him against Andre. And I couldn't see him losing then. I was like, man, that was stupid. Yeah, but he had to do that though. You know, Canelo did the same thing with Floyd. Canelo was clout chasing Floyd with only a couple of fights. I know he had a lot of fights in Mexico, but you know, Canelo did the same thing. You know that. Canelo was calling out Floyd, man, without a belt. Never been a champion before. So Benavidez has to do that. If Benavidez didn't do that when he did to Canelo, people would say he's ducking Canelo. If Canelo would have just said, you know what, I'm just waiting on Canelo and that's it, they would have said he's ducking. And they would have said, what has he done in his career? Caleb Plant, he had the belt, but he had to call out Canelo. If Benavidez doesn't do this, it's not gonna work. Because we don't have anybody else in the sport of boxing to do what Benavidez is doing. We gotta realize that. If Canelo's not doing it, if Canelo don't fight Dimitri Bivol, if he don't fight Bitterbill, we gotta have somebody do it. That's the only way I look at it. I understand where you're coming from, but somebody has to do it. When people say, all right, Canelo can do whatever he wants, somebody has to do it. I'm telling you, Morrell can go out here and get beat up, man. That's not going to change my mind about Morrell or Benavidez as far as this fight. Because I feel like these guys are the best fighting each other right now. And they're young. So one of these guys might beat the crap out of each other. Let's just say Morrell go out there and knock out Benavidez. Benavidez might come back the next 3 years and knock out everybody in front of him. From Bitterbill, he might even knock out a Usyk before he knock out Morrell or something. So it could be this fight is going to set off a lot of dominoes. It's going to have a domino effect. If Morrell goes in here and goes toe-to-toe with Benavidez and barely loses, that's going to be bad for Canelo and everybody else and Dimitri Bivol. Because if Morrell goes out there and barely loses, or Benavidez goes out there and barely loses, man. Yeah, it was only a year ago. They were supposed to fight last summer. Benavidez ain't ducked him. He was supposed to fight him last summer. He was supposed to fight Morrell last summer. You got to think about it. He was going to fight Morrell last summer, and Morrell only had 9 fights. When nobody finna give Benavidez no credit for beating no guy with 9 fights. If that's the case, then Devin Haney need to go fight a guy with 9 fights right now. When nobody finna give Benavidez credit for beating no guy with 9 fights. Terrence Crawford just got Majramov got more fights than Morrell does. When nobody gonna give Benavidez credit for beating a guy with 9 fights. You said Morrell and Benavidez started at the same time and their promoters at the same time. You know they around the same age. Benavidez had a championship fight when he was 20 years old. They ain't started at the same time. Who told you that? Yeah, Morrell got a good chance, but it's almost like I can't understand the thought behind the Morrell fight, because it's like, how do I explain it? Because of the last performance. People ain't bragging about the last performance he had. That's a red flag for me. It's just like the Tyson Fury thing with Ngannou. People know what they saying against Ngannou, but they still said, yeah, you know, I'll give him a chance against Usyk. But did you see the last fight though? Yeah. You right, Candy Slim. Yeah, you right, bro. Hey, Slim, they gonna have to realize the fight happening because Benavidez had to put up the money to make this fight happen. Benavidez them had to go put up the money to make this fight happen. Benavidez ain't playing with this dude. This dude Morrell called David Benavidez dad a B and everything. Nah, Benavidez ain't finna play with this dude. He is definitely not finna play with him. I'm telling you that now. But I'm just saying though, just off of what I was saying earlier. If anybody can go out here, I haven't heard anybody say that Morrell will be Bitter Bill or Dimitri Bivol. And that says a lot about where people actually see. That actually tells me right there people don't think Morrell that good. People don't think Morrell. Yeah, but they just said but last year they just said that they didn't want to fight Andre though. How you calling out Benavidez, but you didn't want to fight Andre though? That don't make any sense. They turned that. They didn't want to fight Andre. What's up, Dr. Wayne? They didn't want to fight Andre though. So that's the hard part about about Morrell. Morrell had a chance. They wanted him to fight Andre and Benavidez. And something about Caleb Plant. This dude that had offers to fight. Ain't nobody ducking Morrell. He fighting now. He finna fight Benavidez now. He gonna fight Benavidez before Canelo does. He gonna fight Benavidez before Canelo does. This man finna get a Benavidez fight with like 10 fights on his resume. And when Benavidez fight him, he ain't finna get no credit. If he beats him, he's not gonna get any credit. They gonna say you supposed to do that. He's not gonna get no credit for fighting this guy. We all know that. How much credit Benavidez gonna get for this? If he beat David Morrell, he top 5 pound for pound. If Benavidez beat David Morrell, he top 5 pound for pound. I'm talking about over Bam, all these guys. Is he top 5 pound for pound? Because that means he's gonna be an undefeated fighter who beat Caleb Plant at 68 and Morrell at 75. I mean, those are statements. Yeah, matter of fact, Slim, I got a better one than that. Canelo, he was in the same situation at 54 and 60. Canelo could have did undisputed at 60. At 160, he dropped the belt. He could have did it at 154, he dropped the belt. As soon as they say strip David Benavidez, and you know what's crazy? We've seen other people have substance abuse, or we've seen other guys fail drug tests or come in overweight, and nobody got stripped of their belt recently. Y'all seen anybody get their belt stripped recently? They ain't been stripping belts in boxing like that. Shoot, Canelo failed a drug test. He still was able to keep his belt. They ain't been stripping no belts in boxing like that. They wanted Benavidez if he stripped of his belt. They know what time it was. They said Canelo failed a drug test. Oh, we ain't worried about that. Benavidez failed a drug test. Oh, we finna get his belt. See, most of these other guys, instead of just making them weigh in, they'll just cancel the fight. You said we need to stop comparing a lightweight with a middleweight or a light heavyweight, the weight difference matters in the competition. You said the weight difference matters. I'm glad you said that. But for some reason, a lot of people don't feel like the 3 pounds matter against Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. So I don't think the weight difference matters to most boxing fans. I think most boxing fans don't feel like 3 pounds matters. I think most boxing fans feel like if you weigh 200 pounds, you're supposed to knock out a 300-pound heavyweight. That's always been the rules as far as most boxing fans. I'm talking about they fight to the death, and most YouTube channels would agree with that. A lot of people feel like, well, Usyk's already big, so Tyson Fury weighing 50 more pounds don't really make a difference. So why we can't compare other weight classes? We've been doing that for years. Why you think Usyk fought Tyson Fury? See, if we would have never did that with Tyson Fury and Usyk, you said it's impossible to compare Usyk and Inoue. Usyk ain't. Let's be real. I done seen Usyk get dropped twice where he should have lost. Usyk ain't that good now, and I'm a guy who picked Usyk to beat Anthony Joshua. I done seen Usyk get dropped twice. Usyk ain't no Terrence Crawford or nothing. Even Usyk, even Lomachenko knows that Usyk is 2-time undisputed from Ukraine. And he even said Terrence Crawford is better. Dimitri Bivol says Terrence Crawford is the smartest fighter and he thinks he can beat Canelo. Edgar Berlanga said that he feels like Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo. These are professional fighters who's been in the ring with Canelo, and they're comparing one weight class to another. They're comparing the weight difference and the competition and everything. That's what goes on. I mean, Usyk would have never had a fight with Tyson Fury if you didn't have people like me saying that, hey, I feel like Usyk can become the best heavyweight. You know Usyk is the best heavyweight right now, right? You know both times that he fought, Anthony Joshua was the favorite. Even after he lost to Usyk, they had him as the favorite to win. So without people like me thinking outside the box and saying, yeah, I give Usyk a chance to actually beat Tyson Fury would still be undefeated heavyweight champion right now. That's why a lot of fans don't understand when we say, hey, this guy's better. When nobody running around saying Usyk was better than these heavyweights. Bro, they said Usyk was trash at heavyweight. Go look up all the articles that was talking about Usyk versus Chisora. They said Usyk looks terrible. And then as soon as they seen Usyk look terrible against Chisora, what they did? They lined up Anthony Joshua next. Anthony Joshua was being greedy. He could have fought Tyson Fury. That's the fight right then. He could have fought Tyson Fury right then and there. So they think the weight classes do matter. That's why they picked Usyk and was trying to take the belt away from him. You gotta think about it. We got 5 guys. We got Anthony Joshua fought Usyk twice. Fury fought Usyk twice. And Daniel Dubois fought him, and he wants to fight him twice. Nobody thought that these heavyweights would have to fight a guy like Usyk twice to try to get to avenge a loss. So you need people like us to talk about these weight classes because the difference between them, because guys aren't smart enough to realize that a 200-pound Usyk would destroy a Tyson Fury. Nobody has been saying that on YouTube over the years. Even after Usyk beat Anthony Joshua twice, he still wasn't top 3 pound for pound. They had Inoue over Usyk. Inoue is not better than Usyk. Inoue beat one American fighter, and now all of a sudden he's unbeatable. You said Tank don't dare to be great. Yeah, in sparring he does. Tank the greatest sparring fighter of all time. In sparring he dare to be great. But the fans know, bro. You said I can't compare what Tank Davis do at 130 at 5'5" isn't what Dubois do at 6'6", 230. You out of your mind if you can't do that. That's why I'm saying there's levels to that if you can't do that. That just means it's a level that you can't go to. That ain't, I mean, that's just a personal thing. That's just a level you can't go to. That's just a personal thing. Bro, I heard people last year talking about Terrence Crawford can't beat Errol Spence at 147. We had dudes build up YouTube channels saying Errol Spence was too good for Terrence Crawford at 47. Terrence Crawford a bum. He ain't fought nobody. And Terrence Crawford came from 135. I had people in my own family telling me that Mikey Garcia was going to get knocked out by Errol Spence because he was coming from 135 to 147. Bro, I do this all the time. I just had Rayo come from 135 to 140 after getting knocked out. Do you know how many people gave Rayo a chance to beat Pitbull after getting knocked out at 135? And he went up five pounds? I'm telling you, you got to be different to do this. This dude became a champion after getting knocked out at a lower weight class. So you remember when everybody said, why is Shakur Stevenson fighting Joe Cordina? He just got knocked out. Well, before the Covert fight, Rayo had got knocked out. And he went up a weight class to fight. So it's the same thing. Tell you, it happens all the time. Yeah, you know, Hitchens is homeboy. He ain't gonna fight him. Yeah, he ain't gonna fight with Hitchens. They friends for real. They really friends. Yeah, people just want to see Tank fight the black guys, man. That's it. Let's keep it a buck. We want to see Tank fight the black guys. We want to see him fight De Los Santos. And we want to see him fight Teofimo Lopez and Andy Cruz. Everybody else, what you know. You say isn't the same fight? Yeah, that ain't what I'm saying though. I'm talking about as far as being able to break it down. I ain't talking about what's the same or not. You know, that's for me to make that the same power or speed. That's no, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about as far as being able to break these things down as far as these guys' level. You said we need to stop comparing lightweights with a middleweight. Bro, Pacquiao went from 105 to 154. Pacquiao was smaller than Inoue, and he went all the way up to Terrence Crawford and Canelo's weight class, where Canelo used to be at. Do you know that Inoue? Do you know that Manny Pacquiao weighed less than Inoue? He weighed 100 pounds, and Manny Pacquiao's the same size as Inoue and Tank, and he went all the way up to 154, and he could have fought Canelo. Like I said, this is a different era. A lot of people don't know how good fighters are, so they think moving up is. Do you know if somebody had to be smart enough to know that Manny Pacquiao can go from 108 or 105? I think it's 105. To 154. That's like 50 pounds this dude moved up. You know, somebody had to actually be smart enough to say, hey, Manny Pacquiao is 100 pounds. He's 5'5". One day he's going to be fighting Miguel Cotto, a guy who fought at 54. He's going to be fighting a Floyd Mayweather who fought at 54. He's going to be possibly in the same division as a Canelo who's going to be 168 eventually. So Manny Pacquiao was in the same division as guys who ended up fighting at 168 and 175. You said Pacquiao was bathing in PEDs, but you know, Ryan Garcia is as well though. And Ryan Garcia has proof. I don't have proof that allegedly, I don't have proof that Pacquiao failed drug tests. I know what you're saying, Tommy, but I don't have proof on that. Even if I did have proof, they would say where the B sample at. And last time I checked, according to what I've been hearing lately, everybody takes steroids. Everybody knows Tyson Fury takes steroids, allegedly. And he failed a drug test before. But they still call him the best and felt like he had a fair fight against Deontay Wilder. I'm only going off what the fans said last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, the fans messed up last year. When I say I don't care about PEDs no more, you'll never hear me complain about PEDs. I made so many videos about PEDs last year. I would be a stupid man to sit here and make another video. And then YouTube got mad at me for even calling it out. So I can't. It ain't like I can't do it, but it's just not worth the trouble no more. It's not worth the trouble. Like they say, it ain't worth the squeeze or whatever. It's not. It ain't worth the trouble trying to tell everybody, but a lot of these guys been, shoot, Canelo a PED user. And he got caught. Pacquiao ain't get caught. Canelo got caught using PEDs. And the dude moving up in weight, unlike anybody we've ever seen. This man lost to Floyd, then went up to 75 and knocked out Kovalev. And nobody even thought about it like, well, he did just fail a PED test. On that. They don't think about PEDs like that. I understand what you're saying though, Tommy. I agree with what you're saying. No, I agree with what you're saying. Don't get it twisted. I agree with what you're saying. I'm gonna have to go with Majramal. The only reason is because Majramal don't get hit like that. I mean, he does, but he don't get hit like that. And the way Virgil Ortiz is, he leaves himself open a little too much. He said Pacquiao's a midget. He leaves himself open too much. He said Pacquiao he got a way better legacy than Lennox Lewis. What? Lennox Lewis, they got put to sleep too. No, I gotta give it to Pacquiao. And I like Lennox Lewis more. Shout out, appreciate that, Tommy. Appreciate they giving that $5, man. I appreciate that, dog. Nah, I think Virgil Ortiz, yeah, I appreciate that, Tommy. Shout out to Tommy, man. Supporting the channel, man. But I think Virgil Ortiz, I don't know, man. Virgil Ortiz has sneaky power, and he haven't been at 154 a long time. I'm just giving y'all the truth. He haven't been at 154 a long time. So the Virgil Ortiz I seen in the last fight, it ain't gonna be the same Virgil Ortiz I'm gonna see in this fight. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Virgil Ortiz could drop Majramal, but he's gonna have to do it over a course of rounds to be able to set it up. I feel like he opens himself up way too much. And I've seen Virgil Ortiz, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but go ahead and look. You can look at the Mean Machine fight. But he does this thing where he'll put both his arms down, like between his legs, and he'll just lean back, and he'll go straight back. Like when a guy throws a hard right hand, he doesn't put his arms up sometimes. He'll just drop both his arms and lean back, but he's still like in a direct line. He's not moving his head off the line. He's going straight back. I don't like that. Because y'all seen when Majramal was leaping at Terrence Crawford and throwing those left hooks? The ones like Lemos was throwing at Hitchens and not Hitchens, but Keyshawn Davis early in that fight. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on Virgil. But I'm going with Majramal because we do have to realize Majramal did just get out the ring with Terrence Crawford. And this man was going to fight Boychuk, and we just seen how destructive Boychuk was. It's a very dangerous guy, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Majramal is a very dangerous person. Even for Stephen Fulton right now. Brandon Figueroa is dangerous right now. If I had to pick an upset right now, I'll probably lean towards that. But I actually think Stephen Fulton is better at this weight class, but Figueroa is another person who's sneaky. He looks a little stronger at this weight class. If I was Fulton, I would have probably rematched him at the other weight class. He looks a little stronger at this one. Yeah, I got Majramal, but I don't think it's gonna end strictly knockout, but you never know, man. I've seen Majramal throw some hooks. Like I seen recently, he knocked the guy out and the referee gave the guy time to recover because he thought it was a legal punch. He thought he punched the guy while he was down, but he did it. And man, the referee should have called that off. That guy's career ended after that. For them to not call that as a knockdown, that kind of ended that guy's career. So Madrimov is very dangerous right now. He really is. And not because Virgil Ortiz got dropped twice. That's not a big deal to me. People getting knocked out and dropped, that's not a big deal to me. What's a big deal is him only fighting at 54 for like 6 months. And we got to realize Virgil Ortiz been out, 2 years before that? So Virgil Ortiz is technically like the rustiest boxer we have right now. I'm just putting that out there. So he's like the rustiest boxer we have because he didn't fight much. Yeah, anyway, and Pacquiao about the same size. Pacquiao a little wider, but they about the same height. Shoot, I think Inoue brother might be bigger than him though. He said my weight class are 47 and up. No, I like Inoue down there. If he gonna stay down there the way he's doing, he might as well try to entertain Bam and all those guys down there then. He should have did that. I would have entertained the Bam fight before I went up to 122. You know, if he's not gonna go down, if he's not gonna go up, he might as well go down. I just wanted Inoue to do half of what Pacquiao did. He ain't gotta go to 54, but at least go to 130 or something. That's only 22 pounds you going up. I mean, Canelo's moved up tremendous amount of weight. Crawford, a lot of guys have. So for him to go up 22 pounds, it's not asking for much right now. I feel like he's good enough to do some things at 130, but it just goes to show, man. And he's the same size as Tank as well too. Same size as Tank. I know Tank's a bigger guy as far as like wider and everything, but trust me, Inoue can get to 135 and look just like Tank is at 135. That would be a good fight. But I felt like if Tank was at 130, that'll probably be a bigger deal. But for Tank to be at 139 right now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. For Tank to be at 139 right now, he can make 130. Tell you, he could make 130. That's why I was hoping Inoue to get at 26 by now. Like, yeah, go to 26 and see if we can do it at 130. But I'm not gonna beg for it though. There's too many fighters now. We have too many fighters in boxing, too much technology, too many platforms to be just expecting one fight. It's gonna be so many fights coming over the next couple of weeks. We're not gonna really care what's going on. Once these fights start, like Benavidez, I'm telling you, there's so many fights that's gonna be coming on. It's gonna be at least 4 or 5 fights, big fights, a week in February. February is gonna have like 4 or 5 fights where you at least know somebody on the fight card. So this is gonna be the year where you really are gonna phase out a lot of boxers. A lot of people are starting to do it now. The fact that now you got a lot of selections that you can choose from, a lot of people starting to phase out a lot of guys. It is what it is. It happens naturally. But you know, the younger guys are fighting more and they fighting tougher fights. So, you know, we got to make a choice at the end of the day. You know, we like the guys we've been watching, but I got to pick the best fight. If both of the fights are coming on Saturday, I'm going to have to choose one. I don't know who's fighting the day that Keyshawn Davis fights, but I know that fight card's a little better, so I might look at that one. You know, little things like that. That's why it's better all these guys going to the same platform, because I kind of got tired of these guys putting on the same fights. You know, 2 fights at the same time. And then last weekend, we didn't even have a big fight on. Yeah, over here, they play football and basketball. Yeah, guys, they don't like getting knocked out over here, man. Yeah, these guys over here, they don't like getting knocked out. The memes kind of don't help. Because, you know, when they put the heavyweights getting knocked out and stuff, the first thing these tall guys think when they get in the gym, like, I'm not trying to get knocked out like that. Yeah, the memes definitely don't help. It's the culture over here in America that kind of doesn't help that. You know, these tall guys will get into boxing, but you know, only thing they know about boxing over here is guys getting knocked out. So they think that's automatically gonna happen. No matter how good they get. So and then they like, I don't want to end up on a meme or something like that. Bro, we just had a prospect get blasted all across the social network. They got a prospect getting knocked out as a knockout of the year in America. So we don't have a lot of prospect. That's not gonna help us. Yeah. Everybody trying to be Lennox, man. It's only a couple of Lennox and Tyson's. You know, Tyson dad was a boxer. You know, it's only a couple of guys like Lennox and Tyson and these other tall guys. Joe Joyce a big guy. Zhang. I don't know how Zhang came out of China like that. China always got some tall guy that's extremely talented, from Yao Ming, Zhang. It's always some tall guy. Yeah, it's always a guy like that. But yeah, boxing is good though, man. I like the competitiveness. You know, if Morrell goes out there and shot the world, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be mad about it. Benavidez is one of my favorite fighters, but I'm telling you, I'm starting to like Morrell a lot, man. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm telling you. I'm gonna be honest with you. After these guys fight, it's gonna change the game. The worst thing that could happen if these guys get like a Bitter Biv and Bivol type of fight, then it's gonna just create a legacy. I mean, a trilogy that we might have to see. A lot of people gonna be asking for that fight. Hey, I want to run that back. Then that's gonna be before Bivol and Bitter Biv fight. So the best thing that could happen is for that fight to take away all the attention. Cause you know, Bitter Biv and Bivol took away a lot of attention from certain fights that was going on in November. By the time Keyshawn Davis and all those guys' fights showed up. Yeah, hey, Morrell come out there and put some work on Benavidez. It's gonna be a wrap. You know, when guys get mad, when certain guys get mad, you're gonna get beat up. And I feel like Morrell has that. You know, Morrell's not picking this fight because he wants some attention. And that's what a lot of people seeing from Morrell right now that's kind of got a lot of confidence in them. They understand that Morrell is not Yeah, me too. I mean, Andrew Ruiz almost shut that down though. They lucky Andrew Ruiz gave a rematch. If they wouldn't have got that rematch, it would have been Andrew Ruiz versus Wilder. I'm telling you, they got lucky on that one. If it wasn't for Andrew Ruiz, it would have been Andrew Ruiz versus Wilder. They got lucky, man. They definitely got lucky. That's when things started to get weird after that. But yeah, I think the British and Soviet dominating it's helped boxing. It really has helped boxing. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's helped boxing because it's made it more popular over there in those countries. So those guys been developing. It's almost like the NBA. You know what I'm saying? We need a Jokic or somebody like that. You know, back in the day, we just had, you know, the guys we knew like Tyson and Lennox and all these guys. But now we got a bigger variety of fighters. Like African fighters been showing out. Don't sleep on them. It's going to be a lot of African fighters this year. I'm going to start highlighting. Them guys ain't playing either. All they needed was a jab. I've seen some African fighters where I've been like, man, all he need is a jab, man. What was the last one? Where I was like, if they get a fighter close to him, Isaac Dogba, he was a fighter who all he needed was a jab. And he got to throwing that jab and straight beast. But it's not like the best jab though, you know what I'm saying? And he's a shorter guy, very small guy. Actually might be the same height as Nick Ball. But yeah, they kind of helped out a little bit dominating. I had to think about it another way, but they made it more popular over there, so That's how we got this Baccarat guy that knocked out Tim Zoo. They starting to have a lot more fighters like that coming around. And he's a problem. I don't know if anybody's seen that guy working out before, but I seen him in the gym. I'm like, okay, this dude's serious. He's very serious. He's doing some Ivan Drago stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be a good fight though. I think that's Morrell and Benavidez fight. It's probably gonna be the best fight of February. Coming up, I just think so. It's really an even fight, man. I don't know. I seen Benavidez's body last night. With that picture again they had on Instagram with his shirt off when he was out of shape recently. Man, that's not a good look, man. That's not a good look. It's not gonna matter as much because I seen Tyson Fury got out of shape like that and be able to throw combinations, but and you know, I've been around long to know that. But you just, you know, it's not good to cut corners like that. Get yourself out of shape. At this point right now, you know, you got millions. And to have a history of missing weight before, you know, you got millions on the table. So you always want to be sharp. You know, a lot of these guys need to get nutritionists or whatever. And the right chefs and eating the right foods. Yeah, I seen them guys, man. I seen a couple of them on my TikTok. I gotta get back active on TikTok. I seen a couple of those guys on my TikTok. Psst, they are not playing. They aren't playing. They aren't playing. I didn't even find them. They found me. Them guys in Africa ain't playing, especially those smaller weight classes like 118, 115, 112. I don't know why. They got a lot of guys that size over there. Bro, they are not playing at those small weight classes. If we don't take care of those small weight classes, I don't care if it's America, UK, Asia, Japan, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, China. Man, if we don't take care of those lower weight classes, those guys are going to be dominating soon. I'm going to let you know that now. Because they had a couple of upsets I seen this year. Because, you know, Adrian Carrell got upset by No Shinga, and then the other guy, Tanaka, I think it's Tanaka, ain't it? Yeah, Tanaka got upset by an African fighter who, if he wins one more time, he gonna end up fighting Bam Rodriguez. He already got a belt. So they got a champion right now who finna fight Chocolatito. Chocolatito finna fight an African fighter for a belt. Yeah, them guys ain't playing. They moving up right now. A lot of people ain't paying attention to it in boxing, but yeah, Giannis ain't the only one putting in business from Africa right now. They got a lot of guys from Africa putting in a lot of work. I definitely seen it. I seen Badu Jack actually sparring a prospect I was gonna talk about recently. That Truth was on. Truth had told me about. Yeah, they got some good fighters out here. These guys are really going to the next level. It's gonna be difficult. We seen already what's happened with guys like Bacoli and everyone else, but it's gonna be more of those guys. And Ngannou's not even a boxer. We seen what he did. But yeah, I gotta see what the problems is for Benavidez that Morrell's gonna cause. If he uses his feet, man, to be able to move and do certain things, Morrell gonna dominate. But that's gonna be hard though, because he ain't went 12 rounds a lot. And you gotta prepare for a 12-round fight. You can stop anybody you outwork them, but gotta be ready for a 12-round fight. I hope he get that he did go like 8 months without fighting though. It's not that long, but it's kind of borderline. And then you moving up a weight class, that ain't gonna help. Yeah, one thing I noticed about Morrell though, he's bigger this year than he was like 12 months ago or 2023. When they tried to have him fight Benavidez then, he wasn't that big. So I feel like them holding the fight off just a little bit actually benefited him because he's not He's not a very big guy. So they should have definitely waited on him to fight this guy because, as we can see now, he's about the same size as Benavidez. Even though Benavidez isn't like shredded or anything, they're still around the same size, same height. But yeah, I can't wait to see this fight. It's gonna be a classic. I can't believe it's happening. It should have more hype around it too. I'm gonna talk about it more. I just didn't want to be one of those guys that talk about it every day. But I think that's how you hype up a fight though. So I guess I will start talking about it a lot more. Yeah, man. Teofimo definitely got to get on the ball, man. He got to get on the ball. He letting these other guys around his same age pass him up. Now, if Morrell goes out there and beat Benavidez, that's another fighter that passed you up already. Another guy that passed you in boxing. After you went out there and got that Lomachenko fight early. I was so happy when he beat Lomachenko. Because, you know, no young guys was really doing anything around that time. We was asking Tank to fight a couple of guys, but he was fighting like Leo Santa Cruz and Barrios. People didn't like the Barrios fight. I thought the Barrios fight was, you know, Barrios was one of my favorite fighters, so I thought that was a good fight. And they didn't like the Barrios fight, but you know, Tank been putting in some kind of work, but Teofimo been fighting guys that people want to see him fight. That's never a good sign. I heard a few people say they want to see him fight Kambosos. They're like, man, Kambosos is a former champion, so they was calling him undisputed at one time because they were calling him and Teofimo undisputed. Y'all remember that? When they was calling Teofimo and Kambosos undisputed? They weren't really undisputed, but they were saying it. This man he's going to have to be able to bounce back, man. He's still blaming the PEDs and stuff. It's going to be a long road, man. I was actually going to do a live today talking about how people should relax on pushing Teofimo's, you know, narratives and news so much because, you know, even Rolly said last year that he was thinking about hurting himself in the middle of the night. Matter of fact, they're not even friends no more because of that. You know, Rolly said he started acting funny as soon as he got the belt. As soon as he became a champion, Rolly was hanging out with Teofimo every day, or just about all the time. He said as soon as he got the belt, Teofimo started acting weird and was talking about how I think Pitbull was gonna knock him out or whatever. And then he was like, "Man, I saved that dude's life, man. He called me in the middle of the night, plenty of times." Thinking about hurting himself. So when everybody's thinking about, oh, it's the race or whatever, this dude is crashing out like more than people realize. This man's getting a divorce. And Rolly called him a pillhead. Somebody else called him a pillhead. It's all kind of stuff going on with this guy. He's not the same person as people thought he was a couple of years ago. But if they don't sit around and hold these guys accountable, if they keep hitting the like button on all this crap these guys doing, they're going to see these guys self-destruct. They're going to see these guys self-destruct all the way. And it's going to be worse than Bronner because, you know, Bronner just got in a ring recently, even though they had to drag him in there, basically. But Teofimo, he's not even attempting to go in the ring and has all the promotion he needs. He's still headlining. He's not a co-main event. But to come out and say the things he said today about Kambosos, the man is scared, man. I told y'all, he's scared of Kambosos. He's so scared to the point where he know that we was talking about PEDs for months and months and months after Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. And he still was like, nah, I ain't gonna put PEDs conversation out there. I don't want to make it seem like I'm on Devin's side. Like, that's how cowardly these dudes is. They would rather hide some news they should be explaining that would help his situation if it is true. But he's like, nah, I'd rather hold that and agree that PEDs don't matter, then a couple of months later, I'm gonna act like they do matter. Cause when he said Ryan Garcia needs to test for them to fight, he needs to drug test them. I said, wow, you gonna drug test your own friend? That's crazy. You gonna drug test your own friend. So I knew right then, I'm like, yeah, something's up. Now all these dudes trying to drug test behind the scenes, and a lot of guys don't want to fight Ryan Garcia without a drug test. Right now, Pitbull, it sounds like Pitbull knows that Tank Davis might fight Ryan Garcia next, because Pitbull went from saying he don't want to fight Ryan because he ain't 140, then turns around and says, yeah, I'll fight him. It's like, oh, you want to fight him because why? You know that he gonna fight Tank? So he's like, instead of another person getting in front of me for the Tank fight, let me just go ahead and fight Ryan and see what's going on. Nobody else calling him out, and he knows this. Pitbull know if he gonna fight what, February, or he fight in March? Yeah, February 1st he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight on the undercard of Benavidez. So what? 2.5 months later, Ryan Garcia gets off suspension. So what? He's trying to get that first fight back, which is possible, but you're gonna have to move up a little bit. And it's not gonna be 43. I think it's gonna be 47. I'm hearing right now he's around 60 area, if that. So he knows what's up. He knows what's coming down the pipe. This Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia situation is gonna be real. But for Teofimo not to take all those fights, he got to be on something. Well, some kind of divorce, or it got to be a lot of that going on. This man has turned down every fight. He's turned down Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's turned down Bob a lot of times to fight guys on Top Rank. Then he did try to make the Matias fight happen. I know Bob had to go out of his way to try to make that happen. That's not happening. Teofimo know these dudes trying to get him beat. He know they trying to get him beat. They trying to get that belt up off of him. And they gonna get that belt up off of him. He can try to maneuver and move all he want to. Bob Arum gonna get that belt up off of you. You already know what time it is. You can prolong it and take as much time as you need, but Bob gonna get that belt up off of you. He gonna get that belt. He can't wait to get that belt too. That's why you got Keyshawn Davis, all these guys working at 135. And you know how, and Bob is a funny guy. You know what's funny? After the, I want to say this was after, I can't be accurate, man. It had to be after. I think it was after Teofimo fought Jermaine Ortiz. That's when they signed Sandor Martin. So Bob knows what he's doing. He's like, let me go ahead and sign that guy that dropped Teofimo twice. See if I can get this rematch going. See, he's going to corner this guy with all kind of situations. They're trying to force this Kambosos rematch on him. He's talking about Kambosos possibly skip the PED test or whatever. So he's trying to make it seem like he's a PED user. And then Sandor Martin's name comes up. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm putting these pictures up. I know a lot of people are like, yo, you trolling. No, I'm not trolling. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody remembers, like, did y'all see what happened to this guy? This is not any trolling. I'm talking about, did we see what happened to him? This dude was getting battered by guys who don't got power like that. Respectful boxers, though. Respectful boxers. Respectful boxers. But I knew Kambosos was coming to fight, though. I just knew it. He's a bad style matchup for Teofimo. He just is. And I think Teofimo is smart enough to know that, man. This dude probably got my number. Because I don't see anybody say anything about Teofimo's highlights in that fight or anything he did good. I seen Kambosos, man, the combinations, the counterpunching he was doing. And you heard what Kambosos said recently. He said that the Teofimo and Kambosos fight is one of the top fights in history of the zone. And I agree with that. That's one of the zone's biggest fights ever. One of their most streamed fights. I agree with that. I agree. That was a good fight. That was actually a fight I was very, very hyped about before it happened. I know it kept getting canceled and C-19 thing was happening. And Teofimo had that and kept canceling the fight and went from Triller to the zone. He was supposed to go to Top Rank, never did. So yeah, that situation's always been weird. But for this right here to be the subject, it's not good, man. It's not good. He's gonna have to figure out something soon. Because the excuses he's coming up with, this is not realistic. And it's almost making him seem like a liar, bro. Not even almost. If this isn't true, because I know Kambosos is going to get word of this. If this isn't true, he's going to hear a lot of stuff. And it looked like he got pressure into saying it because a lot, what's his name? The boxing voice guy, he was talking about, man, we've been hearing things about, we seen the Kambosos fight and Sandor Martin. You got to give us something to get excited about. And then he went to the whole PED situation. These dudes blaming PED still. PEDs don't matter, I thought. These people let Lance Armstrong just get taken through the mud. If I was Lance Armstrong, I'd sue everybody. Everybody who say that, I'd sue him. I'd be like, you said Morrell plays too much for me to trust him. It's just that gas tank for me. I think he's good enough to beat Benavidez. I think that Andre was, but it's just these guys standing in front of Benavidez 2 minutes and stuff. I don't like that stuff. Yeah, I don't like fighters that do that a lot these days. They don't feint that much. If Morrell was fainting like Madrimov does, bro, he'll be dangerous. Cause he already has that speed. If he was like a quick twitch kind of guy, Tank does that as well. That's why Tank's so good. He can change levels and, defense is kind of underrated as well. But yeah, he can change his levels good. Morrell, man, he needs a good feint, man. If he was feinting hard on Benavidez throwing that jab, he'll destroy him. Yeah, he needs to do that. If he has a good plan, he needs to do that. I would go with the Gravel plan. Like how Ronald Graville was. Ronald Graville, he did what Caleb Plant did. He kept a jab in Benavidez's face. And when Benavidez tried to be too aggressive, he ended up dropping him. It was mostly off balance, but he said eating that horse meat. He said that horse meat. You caught me off guard with that one. I ain't never heard nobody eat horse meat. That just took my attention all to a whole nother direction. Yeah, I ain't heard about nobody eating no horse meat. He said eating that horse meat. I don't even know what that looks like. I wonder if people actually do that now. I know in some countries they probably do, but yeah, but Benavidez, I don't know. He's gonna be focused, I think, but I don't know if he's. I know he's gonna be motivated, but like I said, I gotta be real, man. I ain't like seeing that picture of him out of shape. I seen the picture last night, and I was like, why? I'm like, why is this? Why is he like this? I don't want to see any boxer shaped like Tyson Fury. I didn't want to see any boxer shaped like Tyson Fury. But yeah, that was a red flag. I'm like, dang, man. Because, Benavidez has been doing good lately. Maybe he just had another baby and he put on some more weight. How you have a girlfriend and she's putting on weight when she's pregnant. And the guy who's, dating a girl who's, you're eating ice cream the same time as her and she wants some Krispy Kreme donuts or something. So, you gotta eat the junk food with her. Maybe it was one of those situations. I'm making up excuses right now. But he did just have a baby recently, though. I'm being for real. So that might make a lot of sense. But, bro, that's not an excuse, though. If somebody said, hey, man, I'll give you $2 million, all you got to do is wait till Saturday to eat your next meal. I'd be like, yep, I'm waiting till Saturday. I'll be waiting till Saturday. For a couple of million, it's not like I ain't did it before. So yeah, once you look at it like that, you're like, hey man, come on. You got this guy who's been calling you out and disrespecting you. You supposed to go in there with a 6-pack. But I have learned in boxing though, but being in shape means nothing. I seen a guy with a skinny guy with a fat stomach last night beating up on somebody. So, the weight means nothing really, but, with the way the sport is now, you got to watch out for certain things as far as this weight. A lot of people starting to get smart on it now, which is a good thing. I'm glad. But also people have realized that Benavidez is not, I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't even think Benavidez was bigger than Zerto. I mean, not Zerto. I know he ain't bigger than Zerto. I don't think he's bigger than Berlanga on some days. Do you think Nigga was trying to follow the second British fight where he took damage and hope Ja gas, but Nick is not durable as Breeders? I think he actually tried to do what Breeders did in the first fight. He ended up looking crazy. I think he did everything I said he was gonna do. Truth, you remember when I said that? I said he not gonna throw the jab. He gonna try to fight on the inside. He gonna get him on the ropes and not do anything. What else I said he was gonna do? He had him on the ropes, bro, like for like 20 seconds last night, didn't throw a punch. When guys do that, I don't know why my instincts be like, man, knock this guy out, man. For Nika to have Ja Fatah on the ropes, he was throwing him on the ropes and everything. You could tell that Nika was a strong guy. But for him not to throw any power punches, because somebody said Ja looked buzzed in the first 2 rounds, something like last night. And from what I seen, he did look kind of buzzed. Not the first round, but like the second or third round, he looked kind of buzzed from a shot that Nika threw. But that dude looked like he was so nervous, man. Nika was so nervous. Yeah, he did wobble him. Nika was so nervous. Oh my God. That dude was so nervous last night. He was so nervous last night. So nervous. I knew Nika lost though when he walked in there with his girlfriend and John walked in there with nobody but a whole bunch of dudes. And it was only like 2 or 3 of them back there. I'm like, John just walked in here with a manager, a trainer, and an Uber driver. That dude business. He left the women and children at home. He like, man, they ain't gonna want to see this. Yeah, Nika, that's what I said, Truth. The dude should have been doing combinations. You went through all that. You sacrificed your whole career after getting a bronze medal, so you don't got to throw no combinations on the guy and let your hands go. How you don't let your hands go as a boxer? I know it sounds easy, but I'm saying though, like, if you know that's your only chance going into the fight, and this guy's going to brawl with you, I don't know, man. I don't know what trainers these guys be having, but yeah, Nika's a lot more talented than what he showed. But that combination you talking about, that's when his real side started to come out. Then he wanted to go, and then he's a tall guy. He's fighting close distance. Don't understand it. And Ja's basically letting you know, like, hey, I'm swinging wide. I'm going to throw hooks. I'm not going to throw a jab. My punches are going to be wide. I can't believe a guy is standing in front of you and he's throwing wide punch, and you can't land just a straight punch on him. And the times he did land a straight punch, Ja was getting on the back foot. But these guys are scared of him, though. He intimidates these guys before they get in the ring. Yeah, he intimidates these guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I knew Nika lost when they had the face off, and Nika was like, he was talking trash to Ja, like, I'm gonna knock you out. It's gonna be it. I'm gonna be the new champion, whatever. And then after he said all that, at the end of the face off, he's like, yeah, I looked up to you and everything else. I was like, oh my God, this dude's giving a speech. He's finna get whooped. I promise you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought about that in my head. I still gave him a chance to win the fight, though. You know, we still got to promote this thing. But when I heard that was a red flag. I'm like, bro, you don't ever sit up here and just tell a guy how much you done looked up to him and everything else. Like, after trying to put on a tough face. That's why when Ja was at that weigh-in, he was looking at him like, bro, this ain't no game. You might know me, but you don't know me. Ja basically showed a guy who has to feed a village and a guy who doesn't. What their mentality was. Ja mentality was, I got to feed a whole village. And, you know, Nika, his attitude was like, you know, I'm going to go in here and. Then the thing he tried to use the most was, he was like, yeah, we got the same sparring partners. And those guys been letting me know, of course they going to tell you that you're doing better. Especially if they getting paid to spar, I'll be like, yeah, you doing better. If I'm a sparring partner and a dude asks me, hey, who better, me or... And Floyd say, hey, who better, me or Terrence Crawford? I'm going to say you. You know what I'm saying? You the best. You TVE. Shoot, you paying, ain't you? No, they pay for sparring, so. I think Nika was expecting the guy to say, hey, man, who better between me and Ja Fatah? They're going to be like, nah, you trash. You ain't ready for Ja. Ain't no sparring partner finna do that. See, that's what happens when you have yes men around. That's exactly what happens. But you know, Ja was gonna have but you was right about that though, True. We talked about that for like 2 or 3 days. That Glanton situation. We wanted Glanton. We didn't want Nika, but he had a chance to make something happen. But he didn't. Like I said, bro, I'm not a fan. That's what kind of scares me about Morrell. I haven't seen him do what I want him to do. The only thing people kind of relying on is the same thing I heard last time when he faced Hot Rod. They like he gonna knock him out. I don't think he gonna knock him out. I don't know if he gonna knock out Benavidez if he couldn't knock out Hot Rod. I'm just trying to use a triangle theory right now. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Because Morrell, he gonna be in a different mindset when he gets in the ring with Benavidez. But I wouldn't bet my house on it. That's all I'm saying. I definitely wouldn't bet my house on it. But you know, that's kind of what we was talking about yesterday, Truth, as far as in the preview show. Like, that's the only thing about it, man. I don't like asking these guys who ain't never did it before. Where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna believe in you. I ain't never seen you fight this way, but I believe you're that good. That's hard to do. That was kind of like what I did with Liam Paro when I was telling people, hey, Liam Paro will be able to hang with Matias. But saying that with Nika, it was easier because he haven't really shown anything. And I seen him relaxing in fights. I seen a fight where he was just like trying to, like, I guess, drag the fighter on or carry him or whatever. And then he just started throwing some combinations, dropped the guy, and then I was like, that's not impressive. Like, the dude is a good puncher though. Like you said, with them combinations he was throwing, he showed that he is a talented puncher. Abataj is too good though. And everybody in Australia knows that he's been the best fighter in Australia for a minute now. They've been saying that for about 2 years now. I know a lot of people around the world just starting to wake up to it, but cruiserweight division has had some dangerous guys. You remember a couple of years ago? Well, it might have been a year and a half ago. People said the cruiserweight division was weak. It's not weak anymore. That was the division I actually predicted to be tough this year. Last year I had 140 and 154 last year. This year I have cruiserweight, and let me not lie, I got cruiserweight and it's not 54 this year. It's not 35. It's not 26. It's not 22. This year it might be 130 and cruiserweight. So watch out. If y'all watching boxing this year, watch out for the weight classes 130 and cruiserweight. Now 26 week. 26 week. We got Espinoza. He leaving 26. Then Ramirez, he just lost at 26. We got Nick Ball, but every fight Nick Ball got a bloody nose. So that's kind of what we hanging our hat on right now. I'm talking about a real bloody nose. And we got Shushu down there. But the way I seen Shushu recently, he been fighting well because he been fighting consistent, but I wasn't impressed though. I ain't gonna cap. 68 better than 200? Better than Cruz? Nah, 68 was better last year. And I didn't have 68 on that last year because Munguia just got knocked out. Berlanga just lost to Canelo. Caleb Plant looked bad against McCumbee. I can't put 168 up there. And Billy didn't look good. Who else? I think Sanjo looked better than Billy in his last fight. Iglesias, he looked good. The Diego Pacheco, the younger guys, like the guys who like newcomers, the unknowns, they look good at 168. But like the popular guys, they didn't look good at 68. Then 68 lost Morel and Benavidez. I definitely wouldn't put that over. I put 175 over 68. Not because Morel and Benavidez is there. You still got other guys at 175 like Najee Lopez, and 175 is stacked. You know what I'm saying? They look at Hot Rod like a journeyman or something. And he's a beast at 175. So 175 is a better division. You're going to have better fights. Even Canelo said, yeah, it's better fights at 175 for Benavidez. Like, now he Benavidez manager and stuff. So, yeah, I would say 175, though. I ain't going to lie. I want to say 75 just because Morel done went up there. I want to say 175. But I think with the way Clark got beat up recently by that guy Clark was fighting recently, man, he got some hands. Nice jab, too. So I'm leaning towards cruiserweight. You know, the best fights we've seen lately probably been cruiserweight. Besides, you know, what Apatai doing. But yeah, the best fights we've seen recently has probably been cruiserweight. Well, Billy and Smith, Riakpo. I know he moving up. We still got Badu Jack coming back. Yeah, I think 68 had more of a chance last year, but they ain't make no moves at 68 though. It wasn't no matchups at 68 that really stood out. But I do like 68 better though. Me personally though, truth. It depends on what happens with this Pacheco. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to see a Poochie though. Ain't nobody. That dude Nika, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna ask for Nika to fight a Poochie. You know, I'm gonna ask for it, truth. I might drop the video tonight. I'm gonna ask for it, dog. I'm gonna ask for it. They should have went ahead and just gave it. Hey, truth. You know what they should have did? They should have just went ahead and gave that fight to Poochie instead of trying to give it to Clark, trying to skip him in the line. They always trying to skip somebody ahead in the line. He went out there and still got whooped. Oh man, the James and yeah, it got canceled in October. The James and Martinez fight is coming up in February. Didn't you tell me that? Somebody else did. I think you told me that. Man, I had Lester, man, but I don't know. That fight was so long ago, I might change my pick. Oh, they fight February 8th. So they fight the week after Benavidez. Man, I told y'all it's gonna be a lot of fights on this year. It is gonna be a lot of boxing matches on in February. It is so many boxing matches that's gonna be on in February that y'all don't understand. It's gonna be maxed out. February is gonna be loaded. I'm telling you, by the time February gets here, yeah, you was right. Hey, true. By the time February get here, we're not gonna be talking about the stuff we talking about now. I'm just talking about this stuff because, you know, I'm just getting everybody an idea of what's going to, you know, just so you can save your time. I don't want you to be on somebody else live for 6 hours or, you know, trying to figure out why the things going on that happens. See, my page is not to expose nobody or nothing else. My page is just to help fans save their time. I don't want y'all to waste y'all time figuring out why Tank ain't fight, Teofimo ain't fight Tank or Ryan Garcia. Other people don't even know that Tank and Ryan Garcia, not Tank and Ryan Garcia. Well, yeah, Tank and Ryan Garcia was in negotiations with Teofimo, trying to get him to fight. Oh, Shaquille Finn fight 31st? I might start talking about that Diego Pacheco and Steven Nelson fight soon. I don't know who's gonna win that fight. I was leaning towards Steven Nelson, and I'm thinking about Pacheco today. I don't know. I don't know, man. Right now, they thinking that Pacheco got a better chance because him and Steven Nelson got a common opponent. I think Pacheco knocked out a guy that Steven Nelson went the distance with. So they looking at it now like, oh, y'all can definitely dominate. And yeah, I could see Pacheco going out there dominating. But I don't know, man. You can't test the guy's heart until it get tested. So we're going to see what kind of heart Steven Nelson got. You know how it goes, man. A lot of guys beg for opportunities like this. People wait their whole life. See, what's going on now is we got real fighters that's been waiting their whole life to get an opportunity to fight people. See, Munguia might not realize it, but that guy Bruno felt like Munguia is the biggest fighter he's probably ever going to be in the ring with. That French guy that Munguia just fought, he wasn't thinking that, oh, man, you know, I can have a chance to fight Canelo if I knock this guy out. He's thinking, well, he probably did think that because Canelo has been doing those things. But he's thinking in his mind, this is the biggest fighter I've ever been in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do everything I can. And that guy never fought like that before. So Benavidez could go out there and get a morale that, you know, acts like that guy Bruno from the Munguia fight. Yeah, Shaquille Finn, a beast. I might have to do I might do a video on that one so I can remember that fight happening. card that's gonna be on? Oh, they haven't finished building the card up yet. Hey, what's going on? Oh, they just got a couple of names they put up there. Oh, this guy Fonjo, I seen him before. Out of Cameroon. I had a list of the best countries I seen recently. I think Ghana was one of them. I don't know about Uganda. I don't know if Cameroon was on there. I don't know if Nigeria was on there. Maybe Kenya. It's a couple of them. Talking about the top ones. Yeah, I want to see a couple of these guys in this on this card. Oh, they got a few women fighters on here too. Okay. They got like 3 females on this card. There's one dude got a female name, but he ain't a female. That dude named Marcy. I ain't never seen that before. Man, they got a lot of people fighting on that fight card with 1 loss and 1 win. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough fight card to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the main event. I don't know, them lower fights might be good though. Oh, out of the Canada Fight Club, okay. Yeah, it probably is. I seen it. Yeah, it's a Canadian card. I thought it was one of those Eye of the Tiger cards. Yeah, I just want to see somebody go up there and fight like Jean Pascal. I'm trying to find another Jean Pascal out of Canada. That was my go-to fighter for a minute. Jean Pascal used to put them hands on them guys. Yeah, they French. They definitely French. Shoot, it would make sense for a lot of those guys to come over and fight in Canada. If I was that dude Bruno, I would have fought McGee in Canada or something. I know they ain't going to France. McGee go to France, he definitely gonna lose. Do not go to that guy's hometown. Yeah, man, there's been a lot of news coming out. But this shocked me the most, man. I'm sitting around looking. Cause I had a feeling like 2 days ago, I was like, man, Teofimo might not take this this Matias fight. And then I really think he's not gonna take any fight now. So the news about people saying about guys ducking him, it's been fake news because Teofimo in a divorce right now. I don't think he's trying to take anybody as far as a fight. He's trying to wait till that divorce finalized so he can get all his money. He need to go ahead and just say that though, instead of trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. That's almost like trying to act like you slept with a girl, you did it. You said at 175? I don't know. You think he remind you of Moses? Hey, a lot of people say Matthew remind them of Moses. He remind me of Moses and not Benavidez, Morrell. I don't know why. He remind me of Morrell. You talking about Wilkins, Matthew? He remind me of Morrell. Yeah, he reminds me of Morrell, man. He's only 19. Oh, he's 20 now. Yeah, he reminds me of Morrell. .61, that's not too tall for 175. Dang, you said who would be good for him at that weight? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, what about Khalil Cole? What about Cole? No, I ain't gonna do Cole like that. Cole will probably beat him. Shoot, that's a good one, man. No, no. You know the guy that Anthony Yard just fought? That guy was tough though. I knew that guy was tough. I didn't even try to bet on that fight. You know that guy Anthony Yard had fought, the white guy from Latvia? I don't know. Avni Yildirim, he's still boxing. If he want to make a statement, he can go out there and fight Yildirim. It's not gonna be an easy fight though. It's not gonna be an easy fight. Yeah, he want to make a statement though. He can go out there and fight Yildirim. I would say fight Isaac Chilemba, but Chilemba ain't no easy fight. I would stay away from him. He probably the toughest fighter in South Africa. And that's with 10 losses. See, even though Chilemba got 10 losses, don't get it twisted. That dude got 10 losses for a reason. That's because he got 10 killers on his resume. Clay Waterman would be a good fight. Clay Waterman would be a good fight. If I was Lucas Miller, if I was a promoter for Lucas Miller, I would say I would get him to fight somebody like Lucas Miller. If I was Wilkins Matthews manager, I'll get him for I'll get those top two guys in the ring. I know you got the guy Michael Seals who fought recently, but Michael Seals dangerous. I would stay away from Michael Seals. He only got knocked out by Elier Alvarez. And then he got knocked out by Michael Venga. What, disqualified, my bad. For hitting him while he was down, okay. Michael Venga and Edwin Rodriguez. Yeah, this guy Michael Seals man, he only lost to 3 tough guys. He's still active right now. Man, 175 got some dogs out there. They gonna try to make it seem like they ain't got nobody, but 175 got some dogs. They need to get these guys more active. Yeah, they got a couple of guys coming out of Nigeria too. Gotta get these guys more active. Hey, they got a Nigerian guy fighting Lewis Edmondson there coming up. That might be something you want to check out. I'm gonna put that in the Discord right quick. Check out this guy who's fighting I'm gonna look it up. I haven't seen too many guys from Nigeria in the mix lately. But yeah, they got a lot of African fighters they put in the mix right now, but yeah, this guy right here, he's a young guy too. How old is he? He's only 23, light heavyweight. Yeah, they got a lot of guys at 175, man. This guy Mike Misa, he's 6'3" from America, 175, 9 wins, 6 knockouts, 1 draw, 34, 6'3". Okay. All right. Kind of see what's going on with that situation. Yeah, they got some guys at that weight class that can happen. But yeah, yeah, he might have to go deep into the rankings to get a fight. He might have to go deep into the rankings to get a fight. Like this guy Kendrick Ball from America, 22-2, 13 knockouts. He came up from 168, 160. That'll be a good fight for Matthews. He's beat some good competition too. This will be a good name on his resume. Yeah, this would be a good name on his resume. Yeah, he has plenty of options. You said William Langston, he went distant with Cole and gave Benjamin. Yeah, that's a good one too. I know Langston, he good too. Yeah, he a good fighter too. Yeah, you say he definitely taller than 6'1". Yeah, I don't know what they talking about. 6'1"? Know about that. Not at that weight class. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Shoot, Cole would be too much for him though. I don't know, man. I don't know how good Wilkins is right now. He's only 20. He's still getting a lot stronger. Every fight he's getting bigger, so I know he's not fully developed. He looks kind of skinny right now. He definitely looks kind of skinny right now. Yeah, I want Cole to get back on the ball though, man. Got to get back to that jab though, man, and that stamina, man. That right now, that's hurting us in America. We don't get that together, we're gonna lose to everybody. We need to do like Ukraine and the Soviets and set up a school where we can get some things going, or some kind of team or academy or something. Yeah, I like 175 though. But cruiserweight is, I would say 175 is a lot more competitive though. Like if they really go through those ranks and get these guys involved. Yeah, but I like what cruiserweight's doing. Still got Glanton in there. Still got Dusty Harrison. Yeah, we got a lot of people still in the ranks, man. My son on there, Derek Miller. Yeah, Poochie, he's on here too. Another Nigerian. Yeah, man, they should have went ahead and just gave that win to Poochie. Poochie ain't been in the ring since the Clark fight. Yeah, he got robbed that night. They gonna regret that. Yeah, not having him fight, they're gonna regret that, man. But yeah, but appreciate everybody for coming through, man. I didn't want to be here too long. I had said I was gonna be here about an hour, but I just wanted to chop it up with y'all for a little bit. But yeah, I was just putting that information out there, man. We're gonna have some more good things to talk about tomorrow. I ain't gonna do no more Oprah. I ain't doing no TMZ or gossiping over here. I'm just putting out real details. But I'm gonna get to the breakdowns, and we're gonna talk about fights and stuff starting, I wanna say Friday. As far as the upcoming fights for January. We got plenty of fights to talk about. I want to talk about the Morrell and Benavidez fight a lot more too. Once I look into a lot more different things. I haven't looked at their interviews or anything. I try to look at everything before I see what the mindset is right now. Both of these guys feel confident right now though. Like, to be honest with you, these guys kind of scare me, Benavidez and Morrell. This is a fight I really want to just stay away from as far as predicting, because these guys ain't really worried about each other. They don't like each other. They're not worried about each other. They've been talking, and they've been talking so much to the point where they're not even talking no more. And I'm talking about since they signed the fight, they haven't been talking. Ain't nothing to talk about. This is going to be a classic fight. I can already tell this is going to be one of my favorite fights. It hasn't even happened yet. But I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. We're going to chop it up a lot more later on.